to the way. Radio Benjamin Kama Seka was established in 19 by Mr. Ali G. Seka. He is the CEO of Radio BKS. Is in the United States of America. Sarasuni Sweeter. Radio BKS, come on now, Radio BKS, come on now. They don't put you don't far away. Radio BKS, come on now. We are Messale Kakatoto Tiro. Radio BKS, now. So, Pastor Timothy Seka is the OC of Radio BKS. This is Sakrabi Nima County. Jepumi Saga, Baro Peme, Ochebe. So, Eke Maratiri. Mr. Harris Rebel, Woman, Oche. With the BKS, Akayana, Abakura, bring the BKS, and upon Maya, Parabuya, go my human, bring the BKS, I get Nabotiri. Let me recognize the funny hero of Radio BKS, the late Pastor Josh and Bully, first manager, the late Daniel Sintao, second manager. Madam Annie Pare, they are Keomel. The late Mr. Sam Mame, who cheer for the poor. Mr. Tassi Mame, no we gonna. Yeah, it's a man for Butu. Sasa Keomel. And also, you are the premier with the BKS. Make up what you have for Catholic. Yeah, with the BKS now. So, follow by other manager. To go to you don't care. Yeah. There are several come on, my manager. I see you, baby. Sarah, so me, I will do. There are several, you have now a yes. Now to our current workers of Radio BKS, Mr. George Yabasa Tompimi Toma, station manager, Mr. Kwasi, studio coordinator, everybody for me, come on, Farai, TOB. There is a guy on my brother, so I can't do it. Hey, my way, man. Mr. Rasi Kwanu, for 2025. Oh, yeah, it's Aboma Saro baby, baby, girl, man. Reggae, so, what on the eye? Today, I'm now. That power guy is and I forget your boss, you're gonna best runner. I see them all. See you far off your Maui. Oh, that way, well, what a Mr. Anthony Mami, Mega Baby, I got some Ezekiel Sotomia, Tato Baby, walk you out. I try to meet Thomas. Be win. My yeah. Go tell the way to the good. Let's see, but they will. Better begin here, yeah, She went to worship on me get down. Was sitting in the car when I get down in my head. Some I guess you want me 11. But my but she was give me slow. I love you go people. Hey go I love you papa. I love you baby. Me man I love you. Sa 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 well. Asulam. I don't know. How would I see you? I get it myself. That's why I get one name. I get like a sober. Then you're doing it to my other boundary. Mammy, we are janitor. Let the biggie, I hear a bomb. They must have got myself. Mr. Takwasewa, BTS TV. But I keep on Yazi. But they put me where myself. Don't give me myself. Think of me myself. I take you be myself. You care about me. Press Sega, Yashel, TV Poli, News Director. Madame Lea is concerned. The man in black way that continue. Muy Frank, Matt Miame, Talent Coordinator. Let the biggie have on my nabo. Anthony Poli, le piqué à la bouteille pour le moment. D'ailleurs, moi je vais pas te dire. Tu vas aller sur la nave. Là où tu es assis. Bon France. Le piqué à la nave. Mais là, c'est Kayo. Le piqué est. Yira nabo mama maru yabara abo maru nyira debobo sayari tiwasa. We want to appreciate all citizens of Utu who helped in the construction of Radio BKS 107.9 established in 2019 by Mr. Ali G. Seka. He is the CEO of Radio BKS, based in the United States of America, Sarasuni, Sweden. Radio BKS, come on now, Radio BKS, come on now. They don't put you don't far away. Radio BKS, come on now. We are Messale, Kakatoto, Radio BKS, it's now. So, Master Timothy Seka is the OC of Radio BKS. This is Sagrabi Mima County. Jepumi Saga, Baro Peme, Ojebe. So, you Maratiri. Mr. Harris Rebel, Woman, Oje. Radio BKS, it's now. Radio BKS. Let me recognize the funny hero of Radio BKS, the late Pastor Josh and Poli, first manager, the late Daniel Sintao, second manager. Madame Annie Pade, they are the late Mr. Sam Mame, who cheer for the poor. Mr. Tassi Mame, no we gonna, yeah, the chairman for Butuo. And also you are the premier Radio BKS. Make up what you have for Catholic. Yeah, Radio BKS now. Sir, follow by other manager. To go dirty. You don't care. Yeah. There are several from my manager. I see you, baby. Sarah, so me, I will do our. There are several here. us of Radio BKS. Mr. George Yabasa Tompemi Toma, station manager. Meto Kwasi, studio coordinator. Reverend Patrick Pumi Koma Farai, TOP. Tewa Izaka Roma Barango Sora Katon Tini. Hey, my wake yo, man. Mr. Rasik Kwanu. For 2025. Oh, yeah, Retira. Aboma Saro, baby. Hey, baby, about you, man. Reggae. So, what do you like? Today, I'm now. That power guy is so and I forget you have a boss, you're gonna. The best runner, I see you ever. See you far off your Maui. Oh, tell you why you will go to Guapo. Yeah, you ever really big hair, you don't know. Mr. Anthony Mami. Make up a baby, I got some good day. Ezekiel Sotomia. Chat of me, you are walking around. Eh? I'll chat of me to my soul. Be win. My yeah. Hey, go tell the way to the good. Let's see, but you never. Better begin here, yeah, now. Better begin here, woman, now. That never put my bones up below. That one of the people that are here, the young young.
Oh yes, man. Radio BKS Guidaman Boba. And so folks, we would like to say good evening to all of you and a warm welcome this evening to BKS Television. We are really on Voice of BKS in Buto Town, Nima County. We'd like to say welcome to the Hitao program here on BKS TV. On Hitao, we say dialogue in our confrontation. We say words in our bullet. We comes to you every Monday to Sunday, beginning at 8 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Liberia time. We'd like to say welcome again to all of you. Those of you following us on Facebook, G. Spencer Menti, following us this evening from Monrovia, Liberia. We'd like to say welcome to the show here this evening. Clarence Wanto, also following us from 19th Street, Sincom, Monrovia. Welcome to the show, Clarence. Melvin Dienzia, also following us from Bounce City, Nima County. We'd like to say welcome to all of you this evening. I have Shadrach G. Tobe here with me. Afanso Wumba is also here this evening. Don Miller following us this evening from LPRC community, Ganta City. Don Miller, welcome to the show this evening. Don is one of our regular followers of the show. Don, good evening and welcome. Again, we have to give you our headlines for today. Then we dive into the discussion. As always, we start with what's on your mind. Since we came in a little bit late, we'll go to what's on your mind and we come back to the headlines for today. Afanso, good evening and welcome to the show this evening, Chief. What's on your mind?
Thank you, Gio. Thank you for the show. And let me say good evening to Sis Lorena and Sadra Togbe. Um, there are so many developmental issues, popping off on our country, our country. And yes, today the senator donated, in fact, hand over the 40 feet continuum worth of job equipment to the county health team that were no given to him by colleagues, Sir Joseph, and I much appreciate that. And tomorrow the long-awaited overhead bridge or overhead passes in Monrovia will be kicking off. Will be starting tomorrow, so it's also a good thing for our country development, in the transport system. And there are so many issues, coming from the country. The new DA, groups took office today, and immediately they said there will be a thorough drug test for all the DA officers around the country. In and around the country. So yes, it's a good thing, and there are so many things we'll discuss, and I got so many things on my mind, but I can't list all of them. I'll print this. How you doing, bro?
I'm okay. Alfonso,
Thank you,
I
Alfonso.
heard
Thank you so much for taking that too. Let's welcome to the show Shadrach G. Togbe. Shadrach, good evening and welcome to the show, Chief.
Good evening, Junior, and good evening to uh, my brother Alfonso Humbo, my son Prentice Doma, really being when it comes to politics, and Sis Lorena. I don't know what you go at the back. And good evening to our followers out there through Facebook, YouTube, and the radio line. Like my brother Alfonso already plays it today. Uh, we witness series of issues around the country, starting with one of our senators from NEMA, Senator Koga, uh, donating the 40 feet container to the county health team, given to him by his colleague, Sir Joseph, according to his interview. It was another boost to our health sector for the people of NEMA. We pray, that no material being used for internal purpose to benefit our people across the country. And as you commend and also pray that the step being taken by the new DA commander should go across the country and should be transparent by asking all officers across the country to take drug tests. Because it's good to know, even you that are fighting the drug, that you are free of it before you can fight against it, so that the person will be transparent. We are also happy to get a release from traffic when that bridge or the bridge is no built, the person will start tomorrow, according to news outlets. So there are many issues we will discuss in details later on. For now, that's it, and I want to say thank you and all of you for other panelists to get our input.
Thank you, Shadrach. Let's welcome to the show Yeleseva. Yeleseva, welcome to the show this evening. Prentice Doma and I, Mana Lorena Donke. Mana Lorena, let's get to you. What's on your mind this evening?
Good evening to all of you. Good evening to those in Radio Land and those of our followers on Facebook and YouTube. Good evening. And what's on my mind? I'm not going to talk anything politics in this. I'm going to talk about something very important, something that seems to be forgotten, or something that people think it belongs to a group of people, and that's menstrual health. So if you go to many offices, government offices, ministries, and agencies in Liberia, you find out that there's no toilet tissue in all of their bathrooms. You find out that there is no sanitary pad that somebody can use just in case they need a visit. And then even in our schools, our girls are left to just use anything during that time of menstruation. But I just want us to know as Liberians that if we address the issue of menstrual health, we will be directly and indirectly addressing 6 sustainable development goals. Goals 3, goal 4, goal 5, goal 6, goal 8, and goal 12. They are tied into menstrual health. So if we want as a nation to achieve the SDGs by 2030, we must be able to work on pure poverty. We must be able to make sure our girls are in school, they are menstruating, but with dignity, they have sanitary pads or reusable pads. With this, I am asking anyone on the show, anybody listening to my voice, that you can donate a $40 to help us to keep 4 girls in school for the whole academic year 2025 and 2026. That's what's on my mind, most importantly. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's very important. Let's welcome to the show this evening, DK Wade. DK, it's been a long time, but we're going to come to you very shortly. Prentice, welcome to the show. Let's say what's going on. DK, you're never really bad.
DK, you in the interior part of America. I think you're in Maryland.
DK never bad.
What DK saying? I ain't in Maryland. You know the real part of America, they ain't nowhere by.
You okay, man?
DK,
that benefit I'm saying for you. I'm telling nobody that benefit.
Yeah, but Benedict, I'm a district lawmaker, and you know that's why it is. But again, good evening, Junior, and let me say good evening to everybody on the platform. What's up to everybody following us, be it through the wave of the social media or our radio platform. It's always good interacting with our people. Too many things going on in the country. I know Liberia is very dramatic. Through my social media handles, I jokingly made a post this evening that our former president, Madam Erin Johnson, said if I was asking whether she been following the Prophet Key show lately, because she was so firing and very, very energetic in her interview this today, responding to media publications about her support to the rebuilding or the relocation and rebuilding of a CDC headquarters. And I think she was very strong on that allegation. And I think that there are several other issues, most especially the following from the donation of our senator today. And personally, I would really love for us to have time to erect certain checkpoints and make some information needed, in fact, some necessary information to make them public to our listening audience, because I think certain basic laws, some sub laws of our country, some of whom our senator and others were part of the batch of lawmakers that passed them, and to be specific, the local government out of 2018. I think we need to get our listening audience abreast with these kind of instruments, because at some point in time, yeah. So thank you, and I look forward to that as well. It's good that you said we'll come to it. Thank you.
Man, you can't get 1 minute to politician to take 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's say good evening and welcome to the show this evening, Chief. Let's hear you what's on your mind.
Thank you, Gian. Let me say good evening to everyone listening to our voices tonight and the fellow panelists there. You know, Liberia is such an interesting country. And briefly listening to the Honorable Senator today when they were doing interview. But I'd like to speak on something that Lorena touched about that has to do with public facilities, bathroom. I was kind of like taken aback when I visited a Capitol building, our main office. I wanted to use the bathroom, and it happens at the time I went to visit someone, and then I asked, "Can I use your bathroom?" They said, "Oh, the bathroom is out there." But then, to my utmost surprise, you have like a whole facility. There is no water, no running water. And then the lady who controls the bathroom aspect said there is no, the office that I went to did not provide money for water. So there is nobody from that office who are going to use the bathroom. So the bathroom she prepared is not for everybody. So the guy that escorted me was going back and forth. I said, hey, let it be. So I came back and I ended my visit, and then I drove home. I was kind of like surprised that a whole facility of that nature will be in a country without running water and without even bathroom attached in an honorable office. That's so shameful. We need to graduate from that level. And because it's shameful, we are Liberians. Why, if there were somebody else who came to visit, maybe a foreigner who came to visit, I mean, that does not represent our men and too good, man. We actually need to do, they actually need to do something about it and make sure that those public facilities, if we're talking about another thing that I see that is chronic in Liberia, but people overlook, is this thing we call typhoid fever. Typhoid fever is another condition in Liberia that people overlook until it gets chronic on you before you realize that, hey, I do have typhoid. But if we're talking about a safe environment, we should be able to tackle those basic needs. We don't have a public facility where people will be able to go and ease themselves when that happens. At the end of the day, you see that we have a whole lot of dirt with feces on the street, and we're walking among them, flies and everything. We sit among them and do everything. We need to do better on our public health and also the environmental health as well. Our environment is not safe. We sit there, especially you go to places like Waterside, Gorbachev, Red Light. See how those places look. So we still have more to do when it comes to our environment. And we're talking about eradicating those basic to be safe and have a very clean environment. We need to start working from within to be able to do that. So that's why on my mind tonight.
Thank you, Chief. TK, let's hear you.
Thank you.
TK, stop training.
I'm on all the NIMA lawmakers. You see me coming from school, coming from school, I got locked afternoon if I can go over the weekend now. So
y'all start giving hard time to DK. School now open here, not easy. Y'all start giving hard time to DK.
School open here. School here not joke. School here second maybe almost.
You know what I like is that DK started training at the time we have former president. We are in power up to now. The stomach citizen.
They begin not going. So I started training with my declare intention newly to contest.
No, I started training. I think started training.
So I will call Magno. The moment I will call Magno, let Magno join the line. Magno had to come live. So few things I wanted to talk about. Those are all on the platform that have contact of the NIMA lawmakers. I said lawmakers in general, including the VP and all NIMA government officials, current and past. We need to call their attention so that the government can put in cabinet journal a just benefit. Cabinet Jana is a son of Nima. He was illegally removed. He went to court. The court ruled in his favor. This government need to sit with him as to whether he want to leave the position or they give him benefit. He supported this current government like myself, and so he can't be treated like that. There are other people in other government institutions that were illegally removed, turning position. The government is settling them. Baraka is giving their money. We need to talk about that. Baraka needs to give cabinet his money. The next thing is schools, hospitals. It's very expensive. I don't know those are all who are kids in Africa, who are kids in Liberia. Have you seen the current school fees? The current school fee for kids can pay somebody's university fees.
My
I
man,
don't know whether
suffering yo.
I don't know whether government is checking on
The
that.
people know you're picking there. They know they know you're picking.
Yeah, so school fee is very high. We need to talk about that. Then lastly, let's talk about public buildings without bathroom. It's serious and embarrassing. I worked at Capitol Building for over 6 years. I know that for a fact. In fact, if you have any place there that have functional restroom, might be from the new Chinese building. It's serious. We used to either go across LU, and now used to have bathroom to pay $5 to use their restroom, or I have friends in the police I used to go to use their restroom. My last point on this is to our brother that was just appointed at ORC to DEA, Fejara Biago. Fejara is a very good friend, big brother. I respect, very professional. DEA is almost like a Baraka tire where you know, he won't fire you. He just send you to DEA so you put on yourself. Drugs around the world, even in America, that how all that Trump is even building a wall in Arizona, Texas, and the rest, so that drugs will not come from Mexico. Drugs is one of the leading things around the world that America is battling. They're battling that they are not being able to solve that. When the president trusts you to lead a fight against drugs, you need to take yourself to the refinery, take yourself to airport, just say, you put me in machine and take all the bad things for me. Because when they make you take, for instance, they appoint you a director proper, you came from your police position. Whether they take you from ORC and make you director proper and it didn't work, you have to leave. And so the drug dealers themselves, they have money. They will enthuse you with money. And most of you who coming from the police, that can't go and arrest without the person that coming to you, giving you money to effect the arrest. I'm not saying it in the case of Biago. I know Biago very well. I'm just saying it generally. You need to examine yourself, know the environment you're working in, know people who are part of the deal, get rid of them so you can succeed. So LDA have been in the news for all the wrong reasons. So when they send you there, don't be excited. Know that you are going to the lion den and you need to work hard to convince your employer, the public, and friends who have trust in you. Those are things I wanted to talk about, but this cabinet thing, I want us a platform to really reach out to people. I have not spoken to cabinet or anything. Years ago, I think since 2012, I have not seen him in person. But I think because we are from Nima, he's one of us. He's a son of Nima, son of Zoge. We need to talk about that. They pay other people, that people they talk from the central bank, that people they talk from LTA, all those people back are paying their money. Don't do that to one of us. we need to remind them. Other than that, to all of you, the United Party people on the land, that sitting down here every day, you need to remind your government. Doma, you are executive member of Unity Party. Shedra, you are member of Unity Party. Rowena, don't care, you are member of Unity Party. Siawete, you are member. I mean, you are talking at this table.
You just want Shedra to provide disclaimer.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Shedra disclaimer is answer. Nobody can take Shedra disclaimer seriously. You can't say you're not bad, then you part on it. So that's it. I want us to really call national government to settle cabinet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DK. And again, would like to say welcome to all of you who are just joining the show.
Can give me 5 seconds? Member of Unity Party.
Okay, I know Mama coming made disclaimer.
Thank you. So we got Daros. We are there following us from Monrovia, Liberia. Morris's farm. Kelvin Z. Morris is also following us from Monrovia. Let's say Sonkale also following us this evening. We'd like to say welcome to all of you. As part of our headlines for today, following the donation done by Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga, he spoke to the press on a couple of issues in Nema County. We also will be playing the recording here, and we'll have our 1 and 2 cents on the issue. We're going to have our personal stance on it, and it is not the stand of this platform. Followed by that, the justice in chamber today denying the writ of mandamus for the petitioner, that is those representing Joneto Fanati Kofa. Writ of mandamus means telling the judge or an attorney to do certain things that you think was not done legally. So the Supreme Court of Liberia today, the justice in chamber, Justice James Etta Worokoli, declined the issue the alternative writ of mandamus as prayed by lawyers representing former House Speaker J. Fonati Kofa. And again, in Monrovia today, the Student Unification Party, SUP, stormed the university campus today, demanding the resignation of UL president. And as part of their demonstration today, properties were destroyed. We're going to be playing that. And I want us to say something about this thing, right? Because it's actually getting off hand if you look at it. Students are supposed to be sitting in classroom, will be discussing administrative issues. Students are supposed to be learning under professors, will be demanding a professor to be removed because he or she salary will reduce. I don't know which part of the world this is done. I don't know whether this is the regular way of doing things in Liberia. At the end result, you see that UL specifically will be closed for 4 or 5 months. Students will not be going to school. Only because certain group of people demand that this thing should be done. And if it is not done, schools will not be open. So that would be our first topic. After that, we will go to Senator Koga appearance, his assertion today with journalists. We'll be playing that too to have our final talk on it before we end today's show. But let's play this thing from UL students, and we have our 1 cent on it.
Wonder by these students. Look at how they are throwing stone on the officers. Jesus. Oh my gosh. I think there should be additional backup.
Great. So I want to start with DK. DK, is this DK went offline. Shadrach, let's hear you on this. Is this how universities is being run in Liberia? Is this the proper way of doing things?
All right. Junior, thank you so much. Before I speak, this international medium that we speak, everybody know across the globe. For disclaimer, I'm not a partisan of any political party in Liberia. So DP stop calling me political party, no XYZ. Junior, if I were to advise the government today, the thing what they call student politics in UL will be cancer and frame a different way for students, maybe one of class leadership whatsoever. One of the reasons I didn't go to University of Liberia is that particular reason, where you will see people will take law into their own hands with the no act of the many professor or those school administrators do certain things at their will, and they will take that entire campus and destroy things, block the road, and sometimes school close for 5-6 months. There's somebody said you delay other people progress, other serious amount of people progress, and most demonstration at campus is motivated by politicians behind closed door. They put that those guys, those vanguard guys, calling other students, they put them at forefront, because for them, some of them they look at one course per semester. Some of them want to go to school and learn and live by it and make impact society. One course whole semester for 4-5 months, just to go sit on our Palava halls and cause trouble. So there's not the way school, other college student politics look like to me. All schools are attended from high school up to university level in Liberia. No, even in our university, we got student leadership that is well organized. We address our issue through paper, grievances through paper, meet administrators, and we discuss as a body and come to a solution. And now everywhere people get in the street almost behave the rebels. Let me say that way. So for me, if I were to advise government today, any president for that matter, cancer, that thing what they call student politics in UL, and the only way in reframing the different form as no leadership, maybe by class, by no department, just like that. So for now, UL camp or other call student politics for me, I really don't like it, so I'm not going to dive into it. Seriously, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear you on this. What's your stand? Do you think this is the right way for things to be done?
Junior, to be frank, that is an old age disease that affects University of Liberia. And what can baffle me sometimes is that those same group of people will sit and compare Western institutions learning style with what they're doing over there. Don't get me wrong, protests will occur around various campuses within the United States and other areas. But to the extent where students will be clashing with police on a daily basis, that is becoming out of hand. And our brothers and sisters who go to the University of Liberia, I think they left their houses and went over there to learn, but not to be meddling into things that does not concern them. And like Shadrach said, one thing I want to agree with, it has become a norm now that those constant protests around University of Liberia campus is been highly engineered by undercover politicians or even the very same administrators within. Because mind you, when this lady was appointed a few months back, there was a serious concern that is there no qualified Liberians and you bring in somebody from America to come and be the president of that university? How did this salary bowl leak out to the public, to the very student community? That's another question that need to be answered by the authorities. But the students themselves are not conducting the university affairs very well. Because if you take, for example, one person will spend about, let's say, 10 years just to get a bachelor degree.
Yeah.
So then you say University of Liberia have double D's. The double D's, you yourself add into that double D's. Because your intention of going over there is not to learn, but to cause chaos. Don't get me wrong, student politics is good. But in so doing it, you have to be very conscious that I came here for a purpose. I had to air my grievance through the proper channel. Now, if that demand is met and that lady leaves, whoever comes into power, they will still exhibit that same attitude. So it is not something that they will say. We will say now it's something. Oh, that's listen to that grievance. It's not. It's a continual process, and I think it should be careful immediately going forward. Like, it's been over a year. 2024 May, I was in Liberia, and I was coming from town. About, let's say, 5 minutes to get to Fennel Junction itself. The traffic was jammed. I was wondering, I said, but what causing traffic? Is just students protesting in front there. Before I look, I saw the police pickup pass. And then another one pass. But then I saw those very same students who went to school bringing tires on the road, burning tires on the road, causing fires. So now, if you're talking about you want your country to be developed and you are initiating all of this, these are terroristic attacks. You don't do that. You destroy your own facility and then you sit down that miracle will be performed overnight for Liberia to be like America. That you might be thinking taking in some form of drugs to think that way. I mean, it's getting over here. It's getting off here now. Our brothers and sisters need to know that education is value. We need to maintain that country and peacefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Yelese. And the thing is so unpredictable that you just say you cannot even understand it. Why will students be protesting for a professor's salary that will reduce?
That is not even that should be the administration. Even the teachers, I agree, it is administration issue. That is not their business. They went to school. They're not the one paying them. It is government institution, though they pay registration. But those registration covers another aspect. So they want to say the 2,000 or maybe 3,000 they pay is what their institution pays teachers. Man, those guys are engineered by politicians. Let me say it that way. And they are this very same people from within.
I said it. It's motivated by politicians.
I will agree with you 100%. Prentice, let's hear your 2 minutes on the issue. From you, we go to Madam Lorena.
Yeah, thank you, Gina. I think like you raised the issue, and Yedese responded when lecturers or teaching or staff at the university have issues regarding the salary. It is administrative, which is a very valid point. But also, if that action affects the regular learning activity of students, then student activists and student leaders have to move to action to erect checkpoints. And I think there where it has mostly been. So you have mostly seen from the University of Liberia, the Faculty Association has always had problem with the administration. Mostly sometimes over salary delays or salary cuts. And when it happens that way, the next thing that happens, those affected, their action now is to abandon classes. They lay down trust. And because the students cannot go to force them, they have to force the administration. So let's first try to understand, what is at hand. So you can have the current that we have Dara Mapaya. She's an American. She makes the salary of an expert over 15,000. Nobody saying, okay, don't give her salary. So somebody who takes home probably 500-700 and you want to slash the salary, and the person say, oh, I'm the one that's going to do the actual work, and because he's slashing my salary, I'm not going to do the work. And the students, at the end of the day, they are the ones who will be affected the most. So you mostly see student activists and student leaders move into action.
The current today's demonstration, right, where you saw students throwing stones at police officers. I listened to them not in details, but according to them, they are protesting because professor salary were reduced to 4,000. Assistant professor salary were reduced from 4,000 to 2,000, And then the president should resign because she has been there for over 7 months now, and they are not seeing any changes.
And Junior, what happens next when you reduce the professor's salary? They will now decide not to go to classes, and it affects the learning outcome of the students.
Printers, you know that there are administrative procedure followed. The professors won't just get up to say they are not going to classes. But with this one that you see, you didn't see any professors out. You didn't see any complaint from professors saying they will not go to teach. But you see students. You see students calling.
Junior, offer been issuing statement, and even the administration of UL been pleading with the faculty association. The UL administration been pleading. Even the interview of Dr. Mapaya this evening on Lux FM, they keep pleading with OFA, the faculty association, the UL faculty association. So if you slash the people's salary and they say they're not coming to work, who their action directly affects? That is students and student leaders and other activists around have to move to action to pressure the administration to reconsider that decision, so that people that are supposed to teach them come to teach them, and then they get a desired result.
So is this how to pressure administration? Is this the way you pressure administration, by going around throwing stones, by blocking road for pedestrians who are going on their normal businesses? Is this the way you channel your grievances?
The first thing, the people leading, most of the people you see leading the activities, they are activists and not advocates. And the sooner we get to draw the line between activism and advocacy, the better for us. Advocacy, you have launching that you have to follow. Activism, you can consider a very quick action. So part of the action is, what will give them the faster results. So assuming school should be opening by this time, and the school is not opening, you don't expect somebody to go to a point that they will write letter. Maybe after 2 weeks they cite them for audience. Then they have to write other authorities responsible. Before you know, you have gone more than 2 to 3 months. So what we do, okay, immediately we have to so you consider
one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to know from you guys, the university people or UL people, and the activists and advocates whatsoever.
I'm not from UL. I'm not from UL.
I know. So for student demonstration, nobody against it. But at this point, has it come to their attention that no instructor or professor going to class because their salary are reduced?
It has been something public that you even have Sergio. Why do you think the administration is currently calling for a dialogue with OFA? Why do you think the administration, through Dr. Mapaya, is calling for a dialogue with the administration?
Thank you, Printers.
So, let me you want to say the faculty that are pushing the students to do this?
So, Jim,
the faculty doesn't necessarily have to push the student, but if the action will have direct impact on the students' learning outcomes, certainly they will have to move to action, and you can't dictate how they should move to action.
Remember, my student, they are student boys because they're picking here to argue until they will not finish.
So, I know we're going to say Lorena, but I remember we had a similar issue back in, I think, 2013 or 14 at Nima Community College, where at the time students came out because teachers laid down chalk when they were, or because of salary issue. The salary issue was between the administration and those lecturers at the time. But when it got to the point where those guys were leaving, students will go on campus and nothing will happen. That was the time that students staged a protest. And the protest was on campus, was not destructive, was only telling the president then, Dr. Yagon Wegono, that teachers need salary, students got to be in class. Who calmed the situation down? The late Senator Prince Yabi Johnson. He called the student leader at the time, Comrade Wellington Patrick. Said, I want to speak to all the students. Everybody gathered in the auditorium. The phone was on loudspeaker. And the senator spoke. We are coming there. We will make money available to pay the teachers. Where that money came from, immediately the county administration, Jungle Water Floor Toma was asked to pay the money that they were looking for, and Floyd brought the money on campus and teachers were paid. Students went back to class. So in the student advocacies, in fact, if you are protesting for something, you have to be very much conscious about your surrounding. What transpired or what has become a constant norm at the University of Liberia campus is very much destructive. You obstructing other people's activities. That is not acceptable. You have handle your issue on the campus. You know for the way that's the mean way. Other people have to pass through and go on their daily activities. Stay in your building, in your surrounding, and do what you have to do there instead of blocking, bringing tires on the road, blocking the road. That does not serve well. Let's be realistic about it. If we're talking about developing Liberia, no outside source will develop Liberia. We ourselves will have to do it. If we are in the habit of destructing things, how will those things be built? Faculties have issue with the administration. The administration fails to handle it. They got another channel that I have to go to. If students have to step in, students can step in. But if you're stepping in, you got to do it in a diplomatic form. Not a very destructive way where we'll be having chaos every day. If the police have ever done something on contrary, it becomes JMB police. They are not Liberia National Police anymore. If police get wounded, yeah, that police, they can go find themselves something. But if police try to even harm a citizen, if there was even cross harm to citizens today, we'll be talking about different things. So we have to be very conscious, especially with the students, got to be very conscious when we're doing things within our surrounding. Thank you.
Thank you.
You made a very salient point. But unfortunately, advocacy and activism, they are not science. So no specific formula.
Printers. Let's not justify it. Let's not justify the issue. Anything unconstitutional, whether activism, whether advocacy, is wrong. The same students are saying University of Liberia need to be developed. They were the same students saying to be throwing stones at the buildings. They were the same students throwing glasses. So we can we look at the nitty-gritty
of the issue?
The what?
Conventionally, salary is inflexible downward. The economists will say that to you.
That's what we say.
At a working president, and you slap down a salary.
Almost everybody point here is.
So I don't know that you also breaching.
So
no one is speaking in favor of global reduction, but we are saying it in the procedure of the
students are taking.
Is that right?
Going demanding that this present salary must be increased. The administration had their own reasons for reduction. Now, the professors know the way forward. If the let's give an example. During their time, teachers dropped talk. They said they were not teaching. They stepped in. And when they step in, they stay in the confines of their campus. But if you are student protesting and you see the bad thing that happen always on your campus,
and that's why I said Gino, activism, they're not science. Now because 1 + 1 was 2 on Nimba University campus, it means 1 + 1 will be 2 on your campus. Activism, not science.
John, I'm going to say sorry now. They begin on that level go the argument here today. I'm going to say sorry.
Let me that UL in different form. So I forgot.
Why the men all call Charles to Canada? Sempre using one university campus.
People of the camera, bit of the us.
Please come on camera, Chief.
The rescue team we in no quarrel. The whole of Nima Daga now.
Who be ready?
Put your thoughts there. No passing your thoughts there.
Put your Chinese light on.
But how we charge it when no quarrel in the whole of Nima?
Y'all look at CMC people no propaganda. You off your camera. Then you say yo no quarrel. Nothing stable in the country than foreign.
No current, no current. Printed no current. Calling by Joey Nana. They will tell you no current by Joey. Yeah, my level of free, no current, lower. No current. By Joey, no current.
Yes, good evening again, and thank you, John. So the issue with the University of Liberia and protest today. So there's a relationship between the students and the administration, and we all know that. So in fact, 2 days ago, the faculty association said they were going to go on strike. And there was a release today from the University of Liberia inviting them for sit on the table to negotiate. So perhaps the faculty decided not to go on strike, or maybe not to demonstrate, but they decided to stay away. So if they stay away, the people that are affected directly are the students, not the president, not the vice president, not anybody up there, but the students. And so obviously we know SUP we want to take the burden for the rest of the students, and so they're going to go into what the term to be advocacy, which I don't agree with. I agree with protest, but I agree with the manner in which they do their protest. So I have a friend who teaches at the University of Liberia, and 2 semesters he has not taken pay. And then Dave's going on vacation school. He also taught. He has not taken pay. So when he's saying now, like, well,
yeah, your salary with him, man.
Yeah, I told you to go to honorability because I want to go, man. If you can get smarty because you broke now. So, I'm like, well, you forced to be teaching. He said, for me, this is just a job I'm doing for passion and got my real job. But I'm talking about people who don't have any job at all. So actually, the University of Liberia, I don't know whether it's the issue of budget. I don't know whether it's the issue of maize management. I don't know whether it's the issue of maize or not setting priorities. But the students are right to protest. I will not say demonstrate. Like I said, I agree with protest or advocacy. I don't just agree with some of the things they do in the process of the protest. We can't have somebody husband, somebody mother, wife, or daughter teaching for even a whole semester, which is the 4 months, and you didn't pay, and you don't pay them. That's just unfair. So, I know that the president knows that where she comes from. If she was a salary staff in America, by the end of the month, she get her money. If you are making wages, every 2 weeks, her money coming her account, or every 1 week, money coming her account. So I know she understands the pain of the faculty association, but maybe some of the things are just a bore for. But what I like that I just saw on Julia's page 30 minutes ago is that she said, no matter what, she's not going to resign. She's going to remain and make UL what it's supposed to be. So I just like that courage. So the University of Liberia or whoever is responsible is the problem, not SUP.
Thank you. Anyways, you back the SUP, man. But the issue of salary in Liberia, it go across not only UL professors, the elementary schools in the various towns. Teachers are not taking salaries. So it's not.
Yeah, the elementary students not able to take the action that UL students taking.
Listen now. This is why we've been all the time. Our own protesting, our own doing things go contrary to the other people, but we want to compare ourselves to them. Let me set an example.
Then when people do it fast and graduate and your room behind your thing from job.
Yeah, you see, in East Africa, not only in Rwanda, I'm not saying people don't protest, but where I am in Rwanda, I have never seen student body protest a day.
No.
I entered Rwanda January 2024. Now I'm a senior student awaiting graduation next year, June. That's less than 3 years. You didn't see student protest. You didn't see student going to black rows. You didn't see student demanding the removal of head of department, talk more of a chancellor or a vice chancellor. So
Rwanda, when it gets from media, certain international media are left black. So that yet Rwanda's case is very peculiar.
You see, why would we want to be like the other country, but we're not practicing the way they are doing things? We are not practicing it.
Other people economy.
We're not practicing it. We're not doing anything different. We keep going back to the old ways. See how the men are throwing stones today. The glasses that they destroyed down there, the doors that they destroyed today, they will have to go fix it again. It is the same country resources. Gentlemen, to protest is okay, but let's follow the rightful channel. Let's follow the procedure. At times, the way it hurts you, not the way you can respond to it. Or you think the nurses and doctors, if they start putting down things and you see a patient start busting ambulance tire around here, you think it will make sense? No. It will not make sense. And what's about it is that they got people that printers and we in UMU, when the men ready to
they didn't want to graduate. They didn't want to graduate. They don't do all that because they didn't want to graduate.
I'm just you help on the different category. They can be pushing that thing at any of the people in you.
Yeah, they're in different school. What can happen? You see,
they are in the 500 levels. Still, they didn't want to graduate. Yet, I'm not saying 100 looking for.
I got you. They get soup up. They get soup UMU. They get soup Zion. All the other places. Once they ready to protest, you see the soup. They start coming from all corners.
With khaki. Yeah, khaki they can use.
There's an old age team. We need to graduate from that level. Seriously.
When I was inside my reason, the campus no difference. So we know
I see Cedric Angle. Cedric went to Stella Marie. And I mean, say you have been Stella Marie looking the same way you get JJ Rawa to Topman High. And then Topman High student get problem. It means JJ Rawa student when I go to school. So I had to get treated Stella Marie. So
coming to our no. They pay that. Somebody know we said here don't know, but then they are going your face.
Welcome to the show. We will start with Mark on a new discussion. Today, Senator Johnson made a donation of 40 feet containers.
Senator Koga,
sorry.
Anyway, I see your people. Senator
Johnson, you can still use a knee for your political king. You went recently and you say Senator Johnson are your grandpa. The seminar recording, but I refuse to play it. Anyways, today Senator Samuel Koga of Nima made a donation to the Nima County Health Team for the feet container of medical supplies. After he made that donation, he spoke with the press and he said a couple of things. So I want us to play the recording, and after that we can have our 1 cent on the issue. Shada, please mute your mic.
We saw you donating medical supplies and non-medical supplies to the county administration. Can you tell us some of the details of these equipment?
Well, I'm not a medical practitioner to qualify or quantify the number of medical equipment or material that came, but I can tell you what my mind captured is in the tune of 236,000 $36, United States dollars, value of consignments. And this consignment was given to Gateway Alliance through the Senator Sir H. Joseph. And as I said in my thesis, it was on the first presentation. In November 2023, I received some consignment of medical supply in similar manner. And this is the second time Sir Joseph has given me this. Not in few months, but in 2 years, subsequently I received medical consignment. Not in some months, but in 2 years, I received medical consignment, 2023 and 2025 respectively. So it means that our discussion to request for this consignment in 2 years back, not in few months. I want to qualify that.
Senator, how do you reconcile recent media reports, especially on social media, that this donation was made possible through the intervention of the current Vice President when he spoke with Sir Joseph to make that donation to you and Senator Yan Twayen for onward donation?
Not to my knowledge. I said what discussed in absence. But as far as I'm concerned, I listened to Sir Joseph's statement on his social page that he said some few months back, right? I am telling you from 2023, Sir Joseph and I have been working and we are giving me medical supply. I carried to Buyao. Mercy will receive the first consignment in 2024.
And speaking about this current donation, are you saying that there is nothing like that?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, at no point in time that the three of us ever sat to discuss this.
But what do this donation mean? Let's look at the issues of our campaign promises. Is this a promise that you made during the time of elections?
Those requests were made as far as 2023. 2023 when I was going to the election. The first consignment by me to Sir Joseph, and the first we made good of a promise in November 2023 and January.
So meaning the promise the materials were coming by stages.
Yeah, January 2024. That was the first consignment I donated. I presented to the district health team here, Mercy Gonglu. You may ask for. I presented some in Bam Health Center. I also presented some in Bioyola in 2024. Yeah. We have been working together before.
Yeah, what else reports coming from the Vice President through his influence that he engaged with Sir Joseph and returned this donation to me for the video country?
I don't want to respond to something that I'm not knowledgeable of. I'm not aware. So I'm not going to respond to that.
People outside of Nima, they are boasting that the Nima country is growing in terms of development. Like for example, you are seeing the superintendent compound and all of the development going on in the country. When because those ongoing projects they are not taken by the country superintendent.
Well, when it comes to development comes in so many capacities. You have private sector development, the private individual who engage in business, private individual who believe in NGO, not governmental, and then the government initiated project that is carried out by government fundings that were formulated through the national budget, and the budget line was carved and specified for that particular purpose.
Doing the symbolic turning over of the materials to the Nima County Health Team, you did mention that you work with the Nima Legislative Caucus, but you did not mention the Vice President. The Vice President who politically, some may say he is the face of the country. You did not mention his name during your presentation.
The Vice President is, along with the President of the Republic of Liberia, administer the entire country. So the Nima Legislative Caucus, along with the local authorities, working hand in hand. And then whatsoever for onward dissemination, we take it to them, the boss. If deemed necessary, the boss will contact him. But when it comes to respect, where we believe that he's a son of this soil, yes, we can pass information by him, but it may not be official.
Okay, you are speaking on Nima development. Can you just continue?
But the development aspect, I told you, you said, because you generalized it.
Yes.
For the development that is going on in Nima County. And I told you clear.
Senator,
this is a flaw, I didn't know this is it. hotel or what he's trying to build here, when completed, it will give a good fair lift to the county.
So over in recent time, there have been media reports that you are trying to collaborate with Senator Sir Joseph of Montserrat County in 2029. And these donations coming from him, do you think you don't think that you're gonna specify or going to tell the public out there that yes indeed what the rumors were going through? I mean the rumor is a truth against you?
When you are politicians, there will always be rumor mongers. And you see grapevine. So, but what I want to tell you is that at no point in time have I ever discussed with any political party, with the exception of MDR. My concern here is that MDR should be a full-fledged party. For the party was left with us by Senator Johnson, it is in keeping upon us to ensure that that party remains firm. If there will be future collaboration or pledging support to a particular political party, that will be discussed. The political party currently does not have a standard bearer 1, 2. There is no written agreement between the MDR and the Unity Party. So the Unity Party has silenced the MDR completely. Can you comment on that as an executive of MDR? How can another party, different party, silence another party? That is a myth. Do you have a standard bearer? No. For now, that's one of the vacuums that have been created in MDR.
There were any agreements?
The second aspect are coming. The second aspect has to do with the vacuum of the governing council head. Senator Johnson was the governing council head of the party, and then the vice president was a political leader of the MDR. But now he has joined Unity Party, so he's no more member of the MDR. But he's still making decisions. I'm not aware. If he's making any decision, we will see. How the quarter surface on the ticket in the recent by-election? I don't want to comment on the issue of the election that took place in district number 5 for now.
During the presentation, you were so much real to the point that if Unipa is not doing the right thing and you're going to leave, and you mentioned so many things about that. Are you angry with the Unipa?
After being referred to as Mayor helping vet.
Gentlemen, the issue of proposition, one of the chairman said MDR is a helping firm and what have you. When something happens, I think it's appreciated, right? For you to achieve, you must have some assistance from somebody. But in the connotation of political decision, it's in a condescending manner. That approach is of great respect. So we are not helping them, but we are people who align and collaborate or cooperate with people to enhance proper governance of our country. So those things are not something, these are triviality. Something that somebody say in your mouth as you mind. But if we see the reality that we are not, then we'll get vexed.
Are you not afraid?
A full-fledged political party, it's just a matter of who will occupy the vacuum that has been created in the party.
Are you not afraid for any suspension coming from the United Party, when coming from the MDR, when the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia have some power and strength, or executive of the MDR? Don't you fear anything, that suspension or expulsion from the party?
For power to be authorized, it must be conferred. He's not authorized as a party member. How can he make decisions?
So he will influence the decision as well.
No,
Senator
but he doesn't have the power. How will he?
When
He's a UP partisan, as we speak.
He's a former partisan of the party.
It's so good you say former.
So Senator Koga,
it means you were there, but you know about there.
When is MDR expected to go for a convention to have a political leader?
Well, it lies in the hands of the executive member of the party. That decision will be reached and will be pronounced, so I cannot speak on it for now.
In recent time, you cited disagreements with the vice president, and you lodged the vice president complaint to his boss. Where are we right now with your disagreement?
I cannot comment on that specific, on grounds that I remain where I am.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm standing the way I'm standing.
Manda! If we are political happy bread, see you 2029, say away too. Away too. When you call for 2029, we'll tell you happy bread, say your.
So
where are you?
I am somewhere Gongben Koga, the senator of Nima County.
In terms of
There were
politics,
him.
in terms of politics, where are you?
I'm a member of the MDR.
Are you of the
executive
Unity Party?
member of the party.
Are you of the Unity Party?
When you say you win,
You
we
supporting the
support
Unity
the Unity Party.
Were you still supporting them?
Of course, until they reached a certain decision, people realized that the reason for which we supported them is not forthcoming. We can back off.
Was your support at the level of the unit of the NDR, was it legal? I heard you talking about it was not a legal one. Why are you trying to...
No. When I was talking about legality, a legal framework has to do with documentation that you carve. Memorandum of understanding by and between a group to ensure that they become one body politic. That was not done.
So why were you hold the Unity Party or the rescue mission back? Since there were no documents.
Oh. And I gave me a friendship. I say I found a woman. I say I like the woman. The woman must have friendly. If I find out that the woman, the friendship that the kind of a friendship I need for, I'm not seeing it, I will go and just eat it free, no money.
Yeah, speculation that the country, the superintendent using the country social development fund to carry on development in Senegal and the superintendent comparing the
The issue, this is a very, very, very critical issue. You listen, it says social corporate fundings, social development. The money that is meant to be provided by ArcelorMittal as a look exclusively for Nima County. Nima people should be able to meet and discuss what will be done with the money. Because that mountain will be depleted. Number one, Nima people should sit together and discuss that, oh look, we need to acquire so many acres. You don't need just one, depending on the situation. To reduce the burden in terms of housing facility. You build real estates. People who work in Ganta, people that are signing Sanikode, people that in Loguatu, when the real estates are built with the county social fund, they will be paying rent to the county. And the county will intend deposit the money in the bank. And that money, there are women and men that are doing businesses in the county. They are citizens of the county. To improve and turn the money around, you loan them. You get them money to loan them so that they will do business to improve. What are you doing? You are the society is being developed, infrastructure. You could look at the student communities and say, well, we're looking at 2 to 3 students in each district for further study. Scholarship is meant for scholar, and it's a full waiver, meaning they will pay your rent, they will get you stipend every month. You understand? And they will pay your school fees, that's what they call scholarship. Once that is done, there must be tripartite agreement that when the student return, if you improve in the health sector, you must go to G.A. Derry Harley Hospital to work and serve the Nima people, because that is the reason why we send you. You must go to Ganta Metal, for example. You understand? These are kind of things. Now, the people talk about today, the government came out with an executive order in the rubber industry. They say no unprocessed rubber should be exiting the country, right? The country could engage based on negotiation. So companies, Chinese or whosoever company, you look at, for example, you say, okay, well, we're looking at Blee Valley or we're looking at Zikepa. We're paying a flag to process rubber. Saying indeed, they're saying our farmer, before they carry rubber, it should be processed. That processing machine will be built in our area, and those that will be selling, the farmer right near there will be selling the rubber right to that processing area, and then the process people will process the rubber for exportation.
Is the 1.5 million being used properly in Nima?
Well, the only thing that we can do is we will call for audit.
How will you do that?
No, well, it is my fiduciary, any citizen, it is our fiduciary responsibility as a lawmaker that will ask based on your question.
Honorable Senator, one of your colleagues accused the superintendent of...
I want to learn.
Okay, no problem.
We will sanction an audit for the period of time the superintendent, the current superintendent, have been seated for. For GAC to audit, to tell us the money that they receive, what are the activities they been engaged.
Are there any suspicions?
Not a matter of suspicion. It's a matter of experience.
Sounds like you saw one of your colleagues that accused the superintendent of being involved with.
No, the money currently the legislature doesn't have exclusive oversight over the money. So the issue of utilization, we will use our oversight. And the easier way to get access to the information is to sanction audit or something. To sanction audit.
Senator, as we observe in the country now, the most powerful person in the country now has become the superintendent for every activities. NIMA Legislative Caucus have never been represented, but the superintendent serves as the most powerful person now in the country.
Well, the issue of power can be used properly and power can be misused. So you can be most powerful person, like for instance, in the war, you have notorious generals who look at the boss your head, you see that man like general, when you come here, everybody run away. Ain't powerful? Eh? And they got powerful leader who also doesn't listen to other authority and feels that whatsoever they do is what they should do. But people who also had the authority to inquire, some of the means could be an audit. The sanction audit and tell the GSU the time the Unity Party-led government took over, one an audit, they will give it.
Senator Koga, finally from my end, did you listen to Representative Musa Hassan Belede referring to the NIMA County Legislative Caucus as dormant? What is your take on that?
Well, you know, in speaking the content and the intent of the conversation with Iswamat.
How effective is the caucus?
I come in. The NIMA Legislative Caucus, as a body, have reputable people that are highly respected and that were duly elected by the people. But the formation of the caucus for now, it looks or appears ridiculous on grounds that their president, Senator Johnson, was senator in the country. When Adolfo Dolo ventured to take the chairmanship from Adolfo Dolo, the citizen, I don't say the caucus, the citizen said no, Adolfo, you got to get a position by the Senator Johnson. When Thomas Grupi came, he took the position. The NIMA citizen also said no, you should get a position.
What does
no, that coming now. I'm in speech. Let me look at two senators. You refer to them as a member of the caucus. You had a chairman representative. You had a co-chairman representative. You had a secretary general representative. What is the role of the senator of the country?
But then you were not a senator anyway.
But I was representative.
Yeah.
So because I was going to election, what is this?
So you agree with Musa Belede that the caucus is dormant?
Then what is your dormancy? What I said that
You're not requesting a change to the report. No one's asking.
No, many people have been doing that. So you can't say
that. Thank you. So it's caucus effective. Are you doing your oversight, playing your oversight role, checking on the
But that's why my oversight don't come here and donate. Now my after a representation, I have.
That was the voice of Senator Samuel Gongwe Koga of Nima County speaking to press today, right after his donation of medical supplies to the Nima County Health Team in San Nicolas City, Nima County. He spoke on a couple of issues. Each person will be given 5 minutes to speak on this issue. And let's start with you, B. Mark Blew. You serve in the county as county inspector. And according to the senator today, they will audit this superintendent. Now, I want you to answer this question along with it. I don't know whether you have any information about that. Why is it that the previous audit about you guys, when I say you guys, I mean the past administration, is yet to come out? What's going on? Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you, John. Thank you to all of you who have been working in my asking to ensure that our station is up, our platform is being local. We're behind the scene recommending people to appear on the platform. We have been a very difficult task, moving from county to county. It's not an easy thing. We have to come back because We are doing our final that started today. So I want to appreciate all of you who have been working in our absence. You know, you saw it on my post in recent day. Junior, if Nima sport today, nobody should blame any citizen who should blame the Unity Party government. And our citizen who bow down to everything and make it like Nima Kante is a Unity Party country, that nobody should speak on anything. We are silent here. We are not talking because people believe that the 144,000 votes they got. When you express certain things that will help us as a country, you will leave on the radio. People will be calling from all over, taking it as a party thing and not taking the reality. The issue of the audit, we have been demanding a report of the audit, but they don't want it to come out because it's affecting Dokupo and affecting other people. And Dokupo is part of the Unity Party government. That's why you saw on my post in recent day. You can go through my page, you will see that. And second to that, I expressed certain thing to the superintendent the last time. John, I was not a small child when we all went to Secretary to structure whatsoever that Nima Kante will do with her money. When I stood up, some people said, I say that. Senator Johnson said, my son, we go and talk. And I stood up. What we say in Secretary, it is the same thing today that people come into. It is true that Koga was not there at the time because he came to power in 2011. But I just expressed it in recent day on my page, on my personal page. I said, most of the projects that the superintendent is undertaking in this country is not for our money. It's not to be done with our money. When I woke up in Secretary, I said we can bring back NCRDP. And then we opening, we go and even build our own university apart from the government university. And then open a mini bank for business people. And open large cocoa farm and planting farm. Because we cannot be depleting the cover we have, and then we wait when 1.5 come before we go into ATM or fellow panelists. So we needed something to always be in the cover. There will come a time, even when we not operate. If the 9 million that they came and in the cover, they are even said to the Nima people, this is what we met in the cover and this is how we're using it. The first 1 year, 4 months, ago, 7 million. No superintendent ever used that kind of money before. What's the essence of why in Sokopa? What's the essence of why in Sokopa? You reach your Sokopa day, the night is the scene. Who using our building? Why are we burning resources for? Why we should be the one to build checkpoint for police when the Ministry of Justice also had their own money? The money goes to the escrow account and they take Nima share from the escrow account and give it to us. Our major concern should be some critical issue for our people, that the mini bridges, some of those schools that we know that our children have to go to school, we don't need to wait for government. But the Tesaclipie, c'est le meilleur compas in Fence and St. John, who is the representative of District 8, being the one to to have a contract and be doing it with a company. All those things are against us. If you have a caucus chair who is not saying anything because he's siding with the government, you think Nimbayans here will hate on Okun? No, forget about the seat. Let's discuss what will bring value to Nimba. If Senator Johnson was living today, you cannot even go to delegate our plane in Yekiba without the caucus being written. You will never come to delegate the school in Gandor without the caucus being written. He and Larry will speak about it. If Senator Johnson was living and here today, they bury that I'm living south, close to in Senegal, not going to be delegated without the caucus speaking on issue. To even talk to our citizens, to respect the soldier, to also talk to our citizens, to also give distance to the soldier. They will talk on those things. When the people were occupying the area, I went there, I told them. I said through the Uganda government and AU, they're about to renovate this place. It's only because of the election that are coming. Those of you guys sharp and stools here, you all need to take your thing from here. They thought I was joking. Today, when you reach here, the people came and face the play and the soldiers are there today. But in the opening process, our lawmakers were not represented. 3 major occasions, our lawmakers are not been represented. And nobody from the caucus talking, because when you talk, people feel that you hate on Okun. And which is far from reality. It's far from reality. You cannot take NIMA money and spend it on the government issue. What we've been doing here to subsidize the university is for our children. The country health team, the 50,000 is because our BBD and other people going there when other things are happening. But we cannot pay area for the police people. We cannot also go to Bela and build something there. That is of no use. So if they call for us, we continue to say when we serve, the people should critique our administration. But our very audit report will not come out. It will not come out because they scrapped our year. Document went deep in the scrap. So no good report on it. So that have been the reason today why it's issue. So we just, all of us got to look at what our money call for. Why it is true that the local government at that part, the lawmaker could not look at it to critique it. But it's banning on the superintendent to get annual report before you sign for new money. We not say call for candidate, but you can call the citizen and get annual report. There's a project, that critical projects, whether they were projects meant for NIMA to undertake. Because the money that are coming here, the 200,000 that are coming from government to come to us is for us. So if you got the superintendent, she does not have a car, you can back out for the superintendent because she's working for the county and the county money. But you will not pay police station with the county money. You will not go to Bela, you go pay area there with the county money. Ghana does not have a city hall. We can't wait for government to come and pay city hall when Ghana, when Ghana is a bigger city. You could pay the city council to also use the money from there. Those who will be having wedding, those who will be having talent shows, they will get money from there. Also pay people who sweeping.
Thank you, Mac.
So most of the things, we are not talking here because when you talk here, the people take it to be party thing. Like when people were even talking about the elementary student not able to protest. It is a reality, but the children don't know it, that they had to protest. You got whole school, Jim, in your time, like you get about 150 students going to school or 75 students going to school. You got only 2 instructors in the school. If they will teach first and second grade today, the other children will just be in their classes making noise. And if you put a volunteer teacher there too, the parent already paying somebody, and the somebody they paying, so now they're paying $500. They cannot serve the voluntary system or students. Or the instructors. So it's also bad for us. Like you said, Senator Johnson came in. The way Senator Johnson came in, it was to help our school so that our students can go to school. So that NIMA money that you can put your hand there and check the students and the teachers. Like in recent day, when Donald Trump stopped the aid from coming, about 187 students were here. They own our USAID program. The superintendent went and make commitment that the country will pay. So best uses of your money. But to be paying infrastructure that belongs to government, to even take the presidential lodge and be the one for NIMA to fail. No. The law did not say so. You got GSA that want to do those things, we come here and do it. It can't be in our money.
Thank you.
That's just it. That is for the thinking of people being opposition today because someone is working today. When you saw something, they find it negative. It's not negative. It's about how our country will be. Nobody is spoon feeding people who stood in the sun and the rain to vote for them. That today they got to power. They're not doing anything for the people. But the reality is, what belongs to us should not be used by our government. When it goes to the escrow account, our own are exclusively for us, can come back to us as a country. So we should make use out of it. Musa Vede being bridge today over Bay Road. It should be so that our government, our people to do that. The mini bridges, that routine we're supposed to be facing. But thank you, Gio. And
Thank you.
like I said, I just want to appreciate all of you for being here while we were away. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, you make use of your 5 minutes plentifully.
It
You
went
ate
more than 5 minutes.
almost
I know
2
he the
minutes
guest
from
on
us.
there.
We gotta be
Printed all the time you ate.
now. We gotta be
All the time you ate behind me, I printed. Even they gave me 20 minutes. It against you.
But let's hear you, Madam Lorena. Let's hear you. What's your take on this issue? Your 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chiron. So hearing the senator interview, it tells there's a problem within the caucus. Take it or leave it. There's a problem. And today I talked with one representative, and he told me they had a meeting with the vice president, and then there was a second meeting scheduled, and in that meeting they're supposed to talk about the recent I don't know, I should say outburst or whatever of the senator on the radio, but then the senator was not in town. I think he stayed in Lima. So, and the person also mentioned of the same caucus of chair of the caucus company doing or construction work for the county administration, and he said he thinks that's conflict of interest. And I said, oh, well, I don't know. I don't even know. I've been going Nima over the last 2 weeks, every weekend. But I stopped in Kanwi. I have not been going second. So I don't even know if there's a construction going on there. That's what I told him. And then he also said they think Koga should be the chair of the caucus. And then the present caucus chair should be the co-chair. And then the SG will be the SG. And then he said, but some people think Honorable Bidete should be the co-chair. So I'm like, well, and I'm just Lorena, and we cannot decide who becomes the co-chair, who becomes the chair. All your reasons we gave, some of them may be genuine, but I actually only make this call concerning what the senator have been saying. For me, that's the background I'm coming from and make this call. So yes, I want to agree that there is issue, or there are issues within the caucus. And then when it comes to the issue of the superintendent, I think somebody said last time on the show that our money should not be used to carry on projects that are solely for the government. Okay, so and I try to tell the person, you talk about the presidential palace interpreter. I'm like, I think it's just the name presidential palace, but it's for us. But then again, if the citizens feel like, oh no, it shouldn't be that way, the citizens can say reach out to the superintendent. They can choose, maybe some delegates and say, oh yeah, we like the way, we like what you're doing. However, let's do it this way. And how Mark talking about having another source of income that he said he suggested before, I think planting cocoa or something.
So Lorena, I beg you, let me step in. Mark wasn't here, but he spoke on the same issue, and I want to ask you on it. Mm-hmm. For those of you that know a little bit about the Local Governance Act, the money, when the money is distributed or when the money is given to the county, the project that is being undertaken, before doing Magdenta, I know that they had PMC. But now that there is no PMC, who decide which project to undertake? Is it the citizens that will come for a meeting to say, yes, let's do this with the money, or the superintendent just sit on her own and say, this is necessary, let's do it with the money?
It's the citizen, but it's not a citizen as a whole group. It's a county council, because they are representation of the people. They come from different sectors within the county, so they come and sit at the table, and they make those suggestions, and then it's resoluted, and then they decide to carry on the project. That's why the county
Yeah, so John, let me step in before Lorena move on. Let me step in. Like she said, you constitute a 9-man council to work along with the superintendent. They are the one who go on the field to supervise the project. They were, going to be the one to bring out the list of the project, and then they will discuss it. So what happened is the NAME council comprises of the 2 persons from the youth community, 1 person as a female and 1 person as a male. The disabled community will send representation. The chief and elders will send almost a 3 person because the chief elder will be there and the 2 paramount chiefs will also be there. Then you will have 2 persons from the civil society background. Then the head of women will also be there, so that 9 persons there. They want to write the project proposal to the superintendent. But for what we see now is the superintendent highlight what she wants to do and give it to them and they sign. So we need to bring the head of this the NAME council on the show.
Thank you.
Because then now they have data, data in their phone.
I beg you. Let's continue with the pattern. Since Lorena, your 3 minutes still stand.
So like I said, it is a NAME council, but for NEMA we have 7, we don't have 9, because there was some back and forth, somewhere around June, July of last year. And so which led to the chair of the county council, I think, resigning, was stepping aside. And then when he stepped aside, the little who should have remained from the civil society angle, I think she said like she didn't want to be ballot or the back and forth, whatever, she decided to also step aside. So they are 7 and they are working. And for what I know, according to the Local Government Act, it is the 7 men who bring forward, because they represent that people, they hear from that people, what that people say to them, what they want in a respected administrative district or electoral district. So they bring to the table what it is. But if what Mark is saying is what happening, I don't know. I can't speak to it. I don't have any evidence of such. So I can say Mark is not saying the truth or Mark is saying the truth. But I'm just quoting what the local government act is like and what's supposed to be done. And I think that's what is being done, because on several occasions, I have heard the superintendent saying, when people ask a question about this, she said it is the county council and it was resoluted. So that's what
okay, thank you. Before you end, I want to ask this. With the projects that are being undertaken in a county by the superintendent, fencing, civil compounds, and other projects belonging to government that she's undertaking, do you think this is the right thing to be done? You personally, in your opinion?
Yes, I think we'll talk this off the show the last time when we ended the live stream. We were talking there, and I said I don't see anything wrong with that once it was resoluted. Because the civil compound, like for example, the one they often talk about recently in Sekepie, the civil compound is in Sekepie. Sekepie is in Nima County. And so if we're waiting for the people at the executive to put it in the budget, it may not just be done. Or let's say the one that is interpreter that former representative was once undertaken and now the county is doing. So it beautify the city, and that city, Tapeta is in Nima, Sekepie is in Nima. If it is done in Butu or Ban, they are all in Nima. So for me, once it is resoluted, when you go through the proper channel process, I don't see anything wrong with it. Because if we are waiting for central government, it may not be done. It will just be there and be happy to make our cities ugly.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Shadrach, let's give you 5 minutes after you will go to Yelese, then Prentice, because Prentice have a lot to say on this issue.
All right. Thank you, Junior, and thanks to Save Lorena and my big brother Mark for their input. So, like I said, so on the show as a patriotic Liberian, professional person, not a partisan. When it's true come, we talk it. When the other one come, we talk it. So let me be very clear here. Like Mark said, maybe some of them today are backing Mark because that's what he but let's face the reality when it's true. So every budget get a budget line. I'm not a financial person, but the little idea I get with my administrative ideology, let me say this. Every budget get a budget line. Money be given to Nima County for the purpose of Nima development, where the national government has a particular budget for a particular purpose. Every ministry and agency across Liberia, they have budget. The budget is specified with the budget line. That says budget line A is for national, presidential, resident in every country, in the country rather. So if NEMA budget is that surplus, or let me say plenty, so my man like in book on NEMA understand me. If that plenty that we can use it for other purposes, we have the Mark said, I've been in education for 12 years. I worked as a cadet for 3 years without salary, sacrifice my time, my knowledge for the country before I got employed after 3 years. We traveled across the country, we saw conditions of students across the country, very deplorable in the country, and it's still happening. You will see students sitting on breaks, taking notes. That is pathetic in the modern society of our country. So it's still happening in NEMA. If you go to Kwendi, if you go to Butuo, if you go to Bini Play, you will not compare those conditions with Ganta, Morovia. So if NEMA will have plenty of money, yeah, why can't I take that money since we want to develop before the government? Let's look at priorities. How is the condition of our students in classroom? Teachers in classroom because some of them don't have place to say, no internet facility, and they will discuss it all the time. So then we gotta pay them money. Why can't we take back chairs and make that environment conducive for our children? Personal sleeping area, my personal know you're gonna NEMA, you go sleep there. If you don't hotel there, they will pay the place. They have money. It's a national issue, not a NEMA kind of issue. I'll be very frank with that one. It's a national issue. So we look at things that will affect the country for a long period of time. That will affect the children. Even if the children go to school, you as a father or as a citizen of that country, you'll be affected in the other way that the country is not capacitated because the children are not going to school. So we develop that aspect. I will be very happy to do that one. Then we will go take 100,000 people, no price. That will be there for maybe 6 months. The person not going now is there. For me, I see it to be a priority. Seriously, to be real. So let's take that money. Let's look at Kwendi. The health facility over there, nowhere for help practitioner to stay. Build a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom quarter. It even hosts 7 persons. When they go there, they got kind of comfort to stay there and serve our people and save lives. Then building presidential compound, I will spend 10 years before president go there.
So do you support the call by the senator for this current superintendent to be audited?
I'm not speaking the audit. I'm not saying that you audit. I'm talking about priority. I'm saying since we have money,
I'm asking you because this is the same issue that the senator stressed. He said,
because other come with suspicion sometimes because all the something not being something wrong is going somewhere when we attach to money issue. It got different scenario and different definition or implication. So I don't want to go that level. I'm discussing priority, what I've seen and realized as a Liberian or also someone who has spent time in education sector.
Okay, let me ask you a few questions, Shadrach. Okay. We need to go to the other panelists. You said the presidential palace that are being renovated, they are not of priorities.
To me, possibly.
Okay, good. Which is correct because the Local Governance Act said the money that is meant for the county, it is meant for county projects, not governmental projects. So you, in your mind now as a citizen, you're seeing the superintendent undertaking government projects with county money. Do you support the call by the senator for her to be audited? Because all of what we are saying here, we will consider it to be rumors for now because she hasn't been audited. So we do not know whether or not she uses the 200,000 from the government account for those projects, or she used NEMA County 1.5 million for the projects. We don't know.
You know, the first thing is let Shadrach talk about what he knows. Forget about the senator's statement. Normally, when you use money, you can come by and explain to the public how you use the money. You get allotted 7 million for almost 1 year.
Junior,
Just 1 year, 3 months.
Junior.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Shadrach,
I think a lot of
yeah, I'm
information we have unpacked, and if we were to
Yeah,
deal directly with the local government at what it says regarding the conversation, it will guide us to be more concise. Because if we just keep
so
speaking what we think it should be, when we have the law that we should be talking
we
from, and we're not
printers
talking from the law, then
printers, I beg you, hold your peace. We'll come to you, and let's finish with the other panelists. You know, this is a moment of learning for me personally, because I haven't read the local governance act before. I only know that people said this should be done, and if it is not done, that's the wrong thing. So Shadrach, let's hear you. You left with 1 minute 30 seconds. Then we go to Yelese.
Yeah, so like I was saying, my argument tonight is not about local government act, how it should be implemented in the county. I am talking about priority of the usage of our county money, whether it is 15-man jury or another 15-man council, 30-man council. That council should prioritize the needed activities within the country that will be a long-lasting impact in the lives of the citizen. It can be their children. It can even be the children, the citizens themselves through hospital. These are two major things I have no focus on. Like for example, I went Nima recent time. The county administrator, the health administrator, they get a place in Senegal that is built by Ministry of Health. When they go there, they don't pay rent. They are there comfortable, working, and they don't pay bills. The government paying the extra money to their account. So these are things we should be local, other facilities in Nima, the school, that in remote area. They will teach a quarter with the money. It will be a very good thing for the superintendent to say, okay, we pay 10 units in Mutuo, Wendy, or Tabata for teachers to stay. So people will take from a river to go teach. They will have place to be comfortable, that will feel bad and come back and deserve their post. That's my argument. I'm not saying somebody don't something wrong with money they should be audited. No.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shadrach. Let's hear your 5 minutes.
All right, thank you. You know, from what let's say the video that we just played, what I learned from it is that there is issues. The issue one has to do with the legislative caucus. They say a divided house cannot stand. The caucus themselves need to put their act together. If there is any personal feeding, their personal feeding should be out. The people of Nima elected them to serve them, not personal issues. And if you listen to Honorable Yonkwe last night, he also raised the same issue that the present caucus is dormant. And we don't need a dormant Nima legislative caucus. We need a most working and provocative team from Nima to push the agenda of Nima. On the other hand, too, I see that there's another issue between the county administration and the Nima Legislative Caucus. They are not collaborating. It is true, Nima is being promoted developmentally. Nima is moving ahead more than all other counties within Liberia. Equally so, we have to checkmate ourselves when we're doing all those development to make sure that we are doing the right thing. The very western where we lived and where she came from, serving as the governor of Nimba, everything is done systematically. To be frank, I didn't see anything. I'm not saying her development agenda is wrong, but equally so, it needs to be done in accordingly. And I will also support the idea of auditing. If we're auditing, we got to audit from past administration up to current administration. I'm not aware if the previous administration what it did, the procedure they went through, if it were ever made public. I am not familiar with the local government act, to be frank. But if we decide to do an audit in NIMBA, it should not just be the United Party-led government era we should start an audit from. We have to start from the CDC era coming to the United Party-led government. Because if we look at the CDC regime, we have superintendents and quota officers that occupy the position before the current superintendent takes over. We also want to know if when those previous administrators were leaving, we have money in the cover. How much was it? How much was left in the cover for Nima County before we build new mat? As our people says, you start planting a new mat on an old mat. So the order should go back coming forward. Madam Miampe is someone who has lived in a developed world, specifically America. She knows how system works. So I am assuming that all what she's doing, she's in line with what is what the laws that governs whole office. I'm just assuming that. And my only problem I see is that both her team and the NIMA Legislative Caucus needs to work together. They needs to work together. If something is not going right, it got to be put in place. Why it is true that she owns the county. When it comes to authority-wise, there are people who also hails from that county that represent the county outside of Sanikole, outside of NIMA. So anything within NIMBA, they all have to collaborate and come to one understanding. You see, there's one thing that I always admire this woman for. May peace be to his ashes. Prince Johnson will not keep his mouth. He will not keep anything. If things is going wrong, he will say it publicly. So the issue of keeping it and not bringing it out to say this is what is happening, we need to pull our house together. It will destroy us. Frankly speaking, Nima is one of the productive counties within Liberia. As I normally say, people will start playing DV to come to Nima. But equally so, we had to do things right. We had to put our house together to be able to be out there the way we want it to be. To be frank, she knows the development agenda. She knows how to develop. She's a leader. But all we need her to do is collaboration and let the house or the NIMA team be aware that this is where we're heading. I don't know whether they are even called for county council sitting. I don't know. I don't know when last that happened. But those things got to be done. The project that is required for the central government to do, it should be solely intended for the central government to do. What comes to our local cover for local development, we need to take that local development. But what is supposed to be for the county, for the central government portion of job to do, that aspect should be allocated to the central government directly. It is their responsibility. They will come and sleep to those places. Our poor people who laying down in places like Bioyola don't know, will not come and can't sleep to that compound. It is solely the government property. The government has to face that. But what is matter to our people, where they go to school, where their children go to school, where they go to get treatment, those places is our local development activities that we need to take care of. But for the central government portion that has to do with developing what they have to do, I believe it should be solely their priority to do. So, in concluding statement, NIMA legislators need to work together. They need to put their house together. They've set precedent. We know it has always been a senator and a representative to lead a position. That position should hold. They had their own personal feeling outside. If you listen to what Koga said today, stated that, or no, not Koga, but Nyonkwe said yesterday that you take the dominant tribe and the minority to lead. So if someone is talking about bringing Billy T on board, you can't bring Billy T on board. It means you'll be leaving the minority group on the side. So that is, they both Manu and Gio are the dominant group right now. I'm not saying Benedict is not capable of leading the NEMA legislative caucus, no. But if we are to go by the set precedent, it should be a senator and a representative to occupy that position. They have to put their feelings outside and do our job. If they're not doing it, like I said, somebody will start sponsoring a campaign to get it out. Finish speaking.
Thank you.
We need to have serious minded people in there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Alfonso will take us home on this. Prentice, your 5 minutes starts. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Junior. And I know several issues have come out from Senator Koga's donation today. But first, I want to start with the caucus leadership. From recent exchanges in the media, it is clear that there's a crisis within the NIMBA caucus, something that we didn't really observe in the 54th legislative caucus of the county. That's the past immediate legislative caucus of NIMBA. And I can only hope, as a citizen of NIMBA, that our leaders will put their act together, to resolve that issue. And regarding the issue of the current allegation surrounding the current caucus chair having a construction company doing work in the county, it borders on conflict of interest. And if I think there should be an immediate investigation launched into that, if it is anything to be validated, I will personally join whatever group that will call for his removal as caucus chair, because it is a blatant disregard to the respect of the rule of law, which frowns on conflict of interest. And regarding the senator's call for an audit of the current county administration, for me, I'm one person that I've always said that audit doesn't uprightly mean something bad happened. Sometimes even in institutions, there are regular system audits done, and audit just normally tell whether things being done right or not. If there are certain procedure being followed, then there will be recommendation. How do you do that to improve the system? And I think that's the very background that the superintendent we have in the current county administration comes from. So when you saw that an audit procedure was sanctioned by the current county administration, that was to make sure that past county leaders, including the very leadership that Honorable Mark Bluon said, account for their stewardship to the people of NIMBA. And I know the county administration did so, bearing in mind that they too will have to account for their stewardship in the near future. And in so doing, they have to stay within the confines of the law throughout. So regarding the coordination, there's this concern between about coordination with the caucus and the county administration. I've been following NIMBA activities mostly. You have the caucus in its majority headed by the county leadership. There have been no official statement through the county caucus to say that the county leadership has ever disrespected them. In the spirit of coordination, they have always, I understand that, I know that because I've been following NIMBA activities. They have always updated the NIMBA caucus of development, progress and activities across the county. And so, quickly to the issue of development agenda and other things. I heard Honorable Mark Bluon and others saying whenever there's a work, it should, the superintendent should come to the people of NIMBA. Like we sometimes call on our lawmakers to do district report or account. But first, they understand that through the Local Government Act, from chapter 2.14a, if you directly see how the superintendent gets to office and what should be the function of the superintendent. The superintendent reports to only 2 offices. The superintendent reports to the county council and to the president of the Republic of Liberia through the minister of local government. That it is currently that the legislature is trying to have the act to rename the Ministry of Internal Affairs as Ministry of Local Government. So, Honorable Glewan, why you saying that the superintendent is supposed to come? Yes, she only do that out of or in the spirit of unity. Okay, that my people are leading. So I just in the spirit of accountability and transparency. So I wanted doing it because it is best practice. But as per the law that we get that dictates the running of the government, the superintendent reports to only 2 offices. 1, the county council. 2, the president. All superintendents don't directly report to the president. They send a report to the minister of local government that we have currently as the minister of internal affairs. Regarding the issue
of I want to ask you on this thing, right? Because
you go allow him finish. You go allow him finish. You go allow him finish.
Yes.
The book is in my hand right now as we are sitting.
No, I gotta ask Prentice some questions. Now, Prentice,
regarding
you are saying
yeah,
they according to the Local Governance Act.
You want me to read it out for our audience? I can do that.
No, I want to understand something, right? Because now the county budgets is in the hands of the superintendent. She make decision, no longer the county.
No, the superintendent doesn't make decision on the utilization of our county and social development funds.
So who make the decision?
So you have the 9-man council that Honorable Glewan said. Honorable Glewan gave the full configuration of the 9-man council, where you have representation from different facets of our community, including youth, women, traditional leaders, civil society.
Now, when we have the 9-man council,
it is that body that make development decision, a broad-based decision development. In March of this year,
Printed, let me ask you some questions because I want to understand this. The folks listening to want to understand this. Since the 9-man council is in charge of making decisions for the county's social development funds, how did we get to the point where the county money is being used for governmental projects?
So let me read for you chapter 2.14 subsection 5 or 4. So it said it has to do with the role of the supervisor. In fact, the superintendent. The superintendent shall supervise the preparation and implementation of the county development plan.
Akami, Printers, the social development funds, I know that the social development fund is for the county personal
county development. Yes.
Now the question to you is, how did we get to the point?
Junior, this is where the dot connects. There is no national development without county development. And similarly, there is no national development without county development. No county development without national development, and no national development without county development.
I have many questions to ask on this.
Yeah,
but I want to ask this now.
Gino, I said you should get chance to print it. Print it. I never done Nima people justice tonight. I'm surprised of him.
Just let
him finish. So I will close on the session. Just let him finish.
So let me provide information.
So even get our country money and say nobody will explain.
Printers in your 2 minutes. In your 2 minutes.
I think I explain it from the law is making on a blue verse. The law is clear. The superintendent reports to only 2 offices. On a blue one, you are in leadership when the law passed. The other lawyer is on the book, and I explaining. So how now people talking about county development and national development. The law is clear. The superintendent is supposed to supervise county development plan. And that county development plan, now the implementation, it comes through the social implementation has to do with social development, county and social development funds. I hope you all getting me. The law is very clear. That's why I'm saying to you, read chapter 2.14. Subsection 4 and 5. You read exactly how the dot connect between local and national development. So now we have a government that campaign on the arrest mantra. And one of the letters out of that agony arrest has to do with tourism. And one of the like Honorable Beyonce, I'm not doing the people of Nimba justice. But I say, oh, you do welcome Sambo. It's not something that national government is supposed to do it. But you know how many people that project have attracted going to Nimba faces social media today. So for me, the discussion point we can have now, how do we monetize? How do we translate the development to income that will benefit our county? We have them there. Okay, like we have the welcome to Nimba. Can we have tour gate if possible? Which angle can we pick up the conversation from? I mean, those of you in the Western world, you understand you got tour gate. When people enter in from one entry point to another, you have to put money. And it goes directly towards development. The area in Beira there is very essential. It's a very attractive tourist area. So there's a very serious connection between local development and national development by the act of the local government, to the local government act that came into existence 2018. Interestingly, Honorable Bluon was in power when they act was passed, but he's not telling the people of Nimba the truth. But he said, I'm not doing it justice. Simply because I said the superintendent, to the local government act, the superintendent owed no explanation to the caucus. It is only in the spirit of coordination that the superintendent has to do that, and she's been doing it. But by law, it doesn't work that way. And she's been working with the caucus leadership, only in the spirit of coordination. But you got nothing on the board. I say superintendent will report to caucus that a lawyer, and I'm quoting the law to them. Honorable, you got a copy of the law. Go to chapter 2, subsection 14. Prove me wrong. So I think that's where we are. That's why I said let's border the conversation on the local government act. Then we will not guess. We will talk about what is written in black and white. Thank you.
Finish. Thank you.
So, Alfonso, I mean, John, let me just say something, or Alfonso, let me say something.
Yeah, 1 minute.
To come even in the public glare and say the usage of Nimba County's money, they just come to the Nimba setting. There will be no explanation to the public to know how the usage has been done. Man, I come here, going to talk over 1 year, I think 3 or 4 months. She can't invest money in the cover. She had not explained to the Nimba people this is how much I saw in the cover. And they allotted money for last year, the short period of time, last year. And it was being used. And this year they allotted another, I think 4.2. And by September they will be allotting another money. So we say our things are not about hatred. I actually appreciate that when she said she coming to be area for our players in Monrovia. It reduces the burden on us when it comes to the money that we can pay at the hotel. That Nimba project right there. With the Sambo, it was also good, that Nimba project. But with the infrastructure on the left, me I see no value of it. I clear to that. The presidential party that you see in Tabata is him.
If we were to consider, if we were to make your business plan to have activities that running, you can't argue that people coming. You have a lot of people using the road.
So this is something that Nimba never agree before you use your money now. Nimba never agree. Because even if you ask the Nambe Council, the Nambe Council have never sat down with people in the community one day to get a view. The now
No,
make
that's
us
why I
never
said to
side with
you.
people.
For me personally, I can reference anybody to my social media handle. My Facebook account is available to the public. In
Thank you,
March of
Princess.
2025, there was a meeting convened in Secretariat. You had young people from 19 administrative districts.
Princess,
And I
thank
was
you. Thank
invited
you.
by representation of the youth on the council. There was consultation done there. I can't speak for other constituents, but I'm a youth. And Mr. Justin Samuel and the other youth representation, they invited young people. I went there. My Facebook handle is very public.
When
So
you represented the Unity Party,
Thank you.
I'm saying, just leadership, the thing he's talking with no. It was a time they wanted for the youth in the country to vote for Koga. They were waiting for to come and present. It was a.
Thank you, Honorable Mike. Thank you so much.
They were waiting for Queen to come and present Koga to the young people.
Honorable Koga was nowhere in that gathering. Young people, I can share the resolution from that gathering.
Mutual are there, finish. That mutual are there.
So, guys, we have to go. We have gone out of time already. Alfonso, let's hear you your 5 minutes on this topic, and Chris City will take us home.
Thank you, John, and thank you to all of you who have made your point. Taking your time to come here and also disseminate some information and have your input in what is going on in our country and our country. I follow you when you were playing the Koga press interview, and I would just appreciate the donation. And I got another observation from Koga. You know, our leaders, there are few things that are embarrassing our leader, like making our leaders to look the way they look it. There's too much of power greed, hatred, and gossip are the key factors that making the leadership in our country taking the route they taking. People say the country legislative caucus is dormant. For me, I disagree. I disagree to the point that in the past, we have always had a caucus that will be on each other's throat, making confusion, and people do not call that dormant. They say, yeah, the people, they are good, they are outspoken, they are this, they are that. When the people like Larry Youngquin, all the people will be there making noise, they want chairmanship position, they want co-chair, the chairman is not doing this, that at all. But they will not address the issues of NEMA in a professional way without taking media. But because the present caucus is not always in the media with issues, people consider them to be dormant. Perhaps they are doing all of their good work on the cover. They know how to be all in the media, taking each other, a here and there, accusing each other. For me, I like the way they're working. Musa Berete is a politician. He wants for all of the caucus members to join him to be anti to the government the way he is. I don't think it will work.
So let me ask you, Alfonso, like I've done to other people.
You by the time you can't show you that party thing you can be talking.
Like I've done to other people.
If you say your own, I want to say my own. Just wait me say my own.
Alfonso, let me ask you a few questions. Now, the president has visited NEMA 3 times in less than 2 years. Since the president went to NEMA, his first visit to NEMA County, did you see the caucus representation there? Let's be real to the issue. We are not saying the caucus must be in the public, hauling and pulling, but we are saying the representation of the people. Asilo Minta have been operating in NEMA County for over 20 years. When the president visited Asilo Minta, huge project, the biggest project in the history of Asilo Minta, did you see the caucus representation there?
Thank you, John. Every program got protocols.
Good. I'll take you now to the second comment.
You ask me question, I explain it. Yeah, they do.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Chief. Sorry.
I beg you. Every program have protocols.
and there are invitations that can be sent to people. So if you are not sending invitation on the program, you don't go there. One. And secondly, if somebody send you invitation, that does not mean that you are dumber. It doesn't mean you are dumber. Maybe the person feel that that particular program is not a time for you to be part of it. So it doesn't mean you are dumber because the caucus did not go on that, meaning they are dumber. No. We are looking at the developmental agenda of our country. Are they making effort?
So
are
wait,
they
I
not
come in
making
now.
so be looking? And now
let me
when the president visit the country, the people need come along with him to make statement, meaning they are dumber. I don't believe so.
I come in. The president doesn't live in Nima, right? The representative are the one that live in Nima. You have district number 3 representative. District 3 representative in his district, there where ArcelorMittal is operating. So he drive on that road every time to go to some part of his districts. But when the president was coming, he wasn't there.
Point of correction.
On behalf of his people.
Point of correction. All of the representatives are not living in Nimba. They are living in Mosorado County.
I set an example that there's a 3 representative now. There's a 3 representative. He used that
Rovio or not Nimba. I'm telling you. He only comes to Nimba to visit. But he's that be real with this, right?
Jonah close the show, man. Jonah close the show.
I don't want you to divert what I want to say to a different thing. I want to go straight to where I wanted to go, but you diverting me. We are not on the country issue to even discuss the issue of all of people. Don't divert me to people not coming, people coming, make them dumb. No. But I will say clearly, you know, when I hear people like Mark speaking about country leadership issue, I sat down and I even wanted to go off from the platform, because if you can take money from our country money and buy car for Magliwon, you buy car for superintendent, you buy car for development superintendent, and that money, that car you buy is being registered under GSA, under his regime. Then you say it was good because the people working for the country, because he said it here. It's a big contradiction. Big contradiction. Why it is true that we tell you, call me up here, that what she doing is not right to take our money to use it on government issue. It's not also right for us to take money. We back on the superintendent car from our cover. What we need is quite different. I will only agree with him on the part where we say, Uncle Guy and other people who say we should at least buy land, build real estate and other things we're going to make profit from it. It's good. Yes, that's a good idea. But for somebody who have benefited from that in the past to come sit there and also defend that, it's not a good thing for our country. And the next thing is the development of the country. It's not something that we should be playing with now. We have to distinguish between the government funding that is coming to that of the social development fund and the country development fund. The one for ArcelorMittal, it is true and correct that we want every other administration should have audit. Let it audit them. After every year, they need to audit them to know. When you audit somebody, auditing does not mean maybe the person was corrupt or not. We may want to know whether they have some misstep along the way, how can they improve it, or whether they are exceeded what they're supposed to do. That's all we want to know. So let it tell us if the audit can come, let the audit come, and they tell us where is the country development fund impact and the government, money they send in the country impact. Then we distinguish between the country development fund and the money Ministry of Internal Affairs or the executive send for development in the country. By that, we will be making our argument very good. Until then, I think the argument will just make it, we're just sending, signaling to them that we are sensing something, but it's not a real thing. We're just sensing something because we don't know, we are not distinguishing between which project that is our funded from the government side and which project is funded from our country side. We don't know. Everything is just, together. So we just need some explanation from them. But
Yeah,
people not do not do just because no day here a boss in your media to tell all how much they use for our country from our country, how they use it, how many people they make it.
Sure. The thing you can be bringing, if you bring argument for you and I to carry on, is you lead the show open. Nima Kante has never decided on her own out of this country setting. You don't know it, so you must just keep mute because you don't know it. People go to the country setting and lot money for projects. Then the PNC is the one that implement the project. It's not a superintendent. Probably you don't know it, so you can just say on the studio.
Mark, I beg you.
Don't mute me. It's personal. Why you saying it's personal, John? Don't mute me. Don't mute me. The reason I say don't mute me is why you saying it's personal. This country is not a United Party country. It's not a United Party country. Don't mute me. That's why most of the time I can stay away from the truth because most of the thing we say here, we're being biased to ourselves.
No,
you think we used to go and decide on the money? The people come for the country setting that the purpose can set on the money and decide what to do. It's not a super.
Mark, I beg you. Efanso, you shouldn't have gone personal with Mark.
Personal when you be personal, be personal with him. He does not know it. You don't know it level right from what he's saying.
I beg you.
You don't just
mark myself in an administration. No, it is not coming.
When they broke out for illegal where someone taught in the place. Even the current superintendent today, they cheat the bomb for all.
Yeah.
Efanso.
You don't know it. Don't be talking things that you don't know.
No, Efanso, no. You can say I'm not doing you justice.
You're not doing me justice.
But you don't know what he's saying. You don't know what he's saying.
No.
You don't know what he's saying.
No.
People went for country setting and decide what to do. But now nobody going for country setting.
Alfonso, I beg you. The purpose of the discussion is to understand the issue, right? You cannot attack Mark and say doing his administration.
You think a United Party country here? They can't have a United Party.
Now, I want to ask this question.
Ask, bro.
The nine-man council during the regime of Mark Blin or other people, they had county sitting. During the sitting, the budget will be passed and how much will be used, people will know about it. Now, with the nine-man council, have they had any other sitting with this current legislative caucus? Because I want us to go back to the legislative caucus not being divided or being divided. Have they had any other sitting with the Bon County just had their sitting recently?
You see, we be contradicting
This is why you're hearing that the national legislature is making effort, most specifically the House of Representatives. They are endeavoring to amend Chapter 2 of the Local Government Act. With the Local Government Act, the caucus or the legislature, the county caucus, they have nothing to do with planning and execution.
No, I'm not talking about planning. If
the caucus wants report, they can get that report to the Ministry of Local Government. If the superintendent shares,
we have Ministry of Local Government. You cannot tell me having teams.
No, Chris, wait.
No, but this,
I want to
they're working on it.
I come in.
So no, Dion.
Chris,
the play where Thomas Gori is a different era.
No, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, I beg you. Chris, no, I beg you. This thing, our lawmakers, they are not explaining it to us. The local governance actors are not explaining it to us.
That's why I want us to use the forum to educate our people. That's why I said let's talk from the act.
Yeah, so I want you to make me to understand this, right? Since this superintendent took over, have she had any other meeting with the nine-man council that they drafted a particular, budgeting plan and gave to her to work with it? Has there been any other report made to the Nima County Legislative Caucus? This is where I want to drop out, because we want to know the next point of argument from here. Who to call on the show to make this clarity to us?
John, I think
There have
Printing
been
was reading
projects.
something here, right? I think Printing was reading something.
I know the
And I mean,
superintendent will speak to the
all right.
county administration
No,
will speak in due time.
the superintendent had several meetings with the NAMEC council. They had several resolutions, but the issue of her reporting, when you ask the question, has she report to the caucus? It's kind of difficult to answer, and the reason it's difficult to answer is because she's not supposed to report to the caucus, but because of respect out of tradition, the county NIMA is, as she had several sitting with the caucus, even at her one time they interviewed them, there were a lot of different generations across the country.
Who she report to? Let me understand her. Who she report to?
I said it clear. As per the act, the superintendent reports to the president through the office of the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the county council. That the only two offices the superintendents are
the council. Who set up the council?
So you have the act. You have the act that prescribes how the entire formation is done. It was under Mark Bluon administration that the current council was set up. I don't know why he left. He's supposed to explain how it was set up.
According to the act, who can set up the council?
Can you take a picture of that page and put in the chat?
Because this is a long conversation. Is it the superintendent that set up the council, or the county administration, or the president, or the NIMA people? Which one? Is it the caucus that set up the council, or the
no,
NIMA
not the
people?
caucus, the county administration, but they have a whole procedure that there should be awareness done and everything. Then all of the constituents consider.
Excuse me. And the superintendent was never superintendent.
I know now. I know.
Just to make it clear.
That's where I want us to understand.
So the current council have a term of 4 years, and it was Honorable Bluon, and 10 that is set up that council. Their president consider that. So it is the county administration that will do that setup. The county administration will do the setup.
Okay. Now, from a legal standpoint, I think the caucus or the legislature has every right to amend that particular section of the act. Let's say you have answered your remaining 2 minutes.
No, but they pass it. If they want to amend it, it's up to them. But while the law is there, they have to respect the law.
Definitely. Advance your 2 minutes, and Chris will take us home.
Yeah, thank you, John. Even though you didn't do justice to me, you called me off for some time. But it's not bad for my brother Chris to kind of provide some of the information I wanted to provide. Because he continue asking the question, and Printer continue to answer, he continue asking because you want to get it clear. Anyway, but again, it is not any disrespect to anybody on the show. When we are interacting like this, if somebody mentions some stuff or some issues, and you feel that he omitted some things, you can kind of make clarity on it. It's not disrespect to anybody. Though somebody say don't go personal with this person. It's not going personal. It's not personal. We're talking about county administration. I did not go in your house. I didn't go to the position you occupy at the time. So again, it's not disrespect to Brother Mark Bluon. But this thing is our county issue.
You're not made our leader first. They may go on.
Yeah.
So you can come and see what she.
They may serve as the county inspector, so he's a public figure. That's why he come on the show as our colleague. He's a public figure. So if anything on the county administration in the past that wasn't good, we had to discuss it. By the time he bring it up, we had to discuss it along with him. So he shouldn't be angry. These are things that they did that were not correct. So we got to highlight it too, so that he can know that we were there, we saw it with our eyes. So it's not something that will be that somebody will say you go personal with him. No, I don't go personal with anybody on the show. Yeah. So it's not a disrespect to him. If you feel hurt, sorry for that, but I had to say it because that's how you're happy. But anyway, we hope to see that Senator Koga and the caucus, they go together to restructure the entire caucus it is not mandatory that the senator of the county should become head of the caucus, as he stated in he how to call it media stuff today. It's not mandated in that way. Anybody can become county caucus chair, but you got to pay respect to each other. That's all we need. You got to coordinate. So if you don't coordinate, the issue, we see people raising the eyebrows and other things. At the time when Prince Johnson, whether they started needed, there were no eyebrows being raised. But since he left, everybody kind of like want to get that particular position. Like Jeremiah Kun said, Samuel Koga is a flow fighter. He will go there to sport it, then the other man will come face it. So now maybe he trying to imitate to prove what the Senate, what the Vice President said. He want to scatter it, then somebody will go face it. So maybe that's what he's trying to do. But I feel, for me personally, the county administration is not dumb. Or the legislative caucus is not dumb. They are doing what they're supposed to do. But if their effort to making the county better is not achieved, I know they will come to the public to tell the public this is what is unfolding. We are tried beyond everything. There's no way. So the county can take seizure of the matter. I think that's how I look at it. So thank you very much for the show.
Thank you. Chris, take us home is 42. And of course, at 47, we call it a day. Let's hear you, Chief.
Let's say thank you, John. Let me say good evening to our listeners and good evening to fellow panelists. I listened when all the panelists, were speaking, and a few things I told down that I want to correct before I make my final position. One have to do with my brother Duma, and our sister Lorena. Some of us, we have to be very careful. I know Mr. Duma or Brother Duma will defend the superintendent because from the United Party's standpoint. But I think there's an issue that's missing. And as young people of Nima, we have to speak to power. If my dear good friend and brother is a youth chair for United Party in Nima, I think he has to take off the partisan, jacket and put patriotism at the front and speak for the people. Because I remember a few years ago, he was one of the outstanding young men in Nima that spoke with every issue, critical issues. But when it comes to this issue, I do a superintendent, he's going mute, taking his side, and I wonder what's going on. But again, you spoke about, you asked a council about the representation of the caucus in Nima when the president visited. He was blinking not to answer. Let me tell you this: every county the president goes, right, the county caucus has to be represented. It's clear. Every country in front, like the president travels, the county leadership shall be represented. You like it or not. That's a procedure. That's a tradition. But again, when the president visited Nima to us, the caucus were not invited. So I feel that we have to condemn that. I think we have to question the decision of those people who are in for the planning. Especially the superintendent, because the president of the country is aware. Why the caucus wasn't represented? What happened in the state away? Just any issue going on? That's a million-dollar question. And the next thing is, somebody spoke about that, the worker gets bill. Don't talk about it. Nima this. I don't think the money of Nima is not meant for that. That's a national issue. I live in Western World instead of live here. And I'll refer to her when this thing happening. You cannot tell fair in the United here. You cannot use North Dakota money on national project. If it works that way, what's happening? That's the local government resources. You cannot use them for national project. So if these things happen, the superintendent spend our money outside the bus, their hospital cleaners in being double. The people dying at that place. Have they gone into help there? Have they gone into those schools in the country or country or project are going on to completely but use our money on national government projects? And we say, yeah, it's a good thing. And we want to debate or want to back it. It was the same issue when Armstrong raised the issue that The press, the superintendent used 400,000 Senator Johnson barrel. Who give it authority? 400,000. When the government came and said, "Oh, that's sponsors Senator Johnson barrel," and other organizations that run around unique for other permanent source of doctor came in to contribute. You went in the country cover and took out 400,000. You said, "Who give authority?" You took a nominee council. Someone said they have married nominee council. When now, then they bring the document up. That they drafted the budget, we have to use those money in a very that approved. Then they bring the document up. We're talking about the Medi Secretary. And he was there, which group, which district you represent there, or you went there and you the part of UTA to make decisions on behalf of the young people in Nima as a partisan. And we say this thing happen, we just let it go. What's the accountability? If there's any accountability, it's super to use our money. And someone said, "Who shall we report the search report the president?" That the president had the counter resources or counter our money in Nima for the president. That you may report the president. The counter money is a national budget may report to the president.
But when you went there, when you went there as a youth, what project have they going to take on for the youth in the country?
So these are things where the issue in certificate, failing the company certificate, is that for Nima country? You use the country money to do that thing in certificate to fail that baby, and you want also see the look at it when the simple thing is going different direction. It's where corruption comes in. Where is the public procurement office a law? PVC. Can she follow the process, the procurement process? Can she follow it? Or just spend money, lavish the money in the car? How? You say, "Oh, because you promoted the party agenda, the appropriate that's a rescue mission to undertake project to say, "Oh, you party doing well in Nima." That's not the function of the kind of social development fund. Our money should be made for our local government activity project in Nima. So the superintendent uses our money to undertake national project or to use it on national government project in Nima. I think she's in error. And the next thing Brother Doma talked about that it drew my attention. He talked about we have two in Nima. If you have two in Nima, the way the government structures in like Nima, Labrador looks like Nima cannot generate that money when it comes to that two. That two money will go through the national. So you cannot use Nima kind of money to build two in that place. What will not benefit for it?
But Chris, it was not even built for the purpose because you never resolved anything before building it.
So the issue in Tapata, right?
That why
I come in.
Because you don't understand that with this, we have the revenue sharing.
Yeah, but I haven't implemented. It haven't been implemented. The next thing is, let me last point, Junior, thank you. Just a second. In Tapata, you renovating the civil compound, the building of a bill, the map project in Tapata. You using the council money to complete that project. That can work that way. I'm on Tapata. But we have to use the kind of money on the project that are earmarked by the national government. That's wrong. It's wrong. We have to condemn it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. It has been a wonderful show. I know this kind of conversations.
Gino, I beg you just one information. There is another law complementing this law. We call it Revenue Sharing Law, the Revenue Sharing Act. I talk about Tor and Chris. Oh, so Chris, when I talk about that, I also had in mind the Revenue Sharing Act. And that law also says that every money generated in each of the county, 40% will leave with the county, 60% come to national government. So with the number of persons that are going to Nima every day, you have a toll gate that people have to pay money before they enter Nimba. Come to think of it, that 40% of that money generated stay in Nimba. So
let the government bill it. Let the government bill will get that money. Let the government bill, but don't use our money.
So John, the last thing is you didn't conclude anything that when you put banner up there, people will come and stand by A and take photo and they will pay money. So since it was built, more than 1,000 persons have taken photo to the place. Are they giving money? Printed. You chat internet there, you say you are making decision of the youth. They trusting standard men are here. What project of the youth are here ever soon?
The people that come from weekend holiday, they come and patronize our local economy. They're not paying.
Yeah, but are they paying?
When they come,
someone telling to the polo, they're collecting money from the people who taking photo.
But Mr. Thomas, why is statistics you have that those people that come in Lima, they come for that project? 50%. What's
Are
the
they paying money to a party? Is sitting
I
inside the left?
got
Are
friends
the
in
people paying?
Monrovia who will personally leave on holidays and weekends just to go in Nimba.
On our mic, let's get to you. 30 seconds. Your parting comment.
Thank you, John. For me,
Yeah,
what I just
because
want to
30
say to
seconds.
our people is this country is not a unity party country. We all will agree on government when there are good things done. Nobody will critique any of our citizens here from claiming they hire her if they need be. But when we come to the show, when we're talking something with reality, nobody should bring it into a unity party thing. Unity party took over, he has not done anything for Nimba. Follow the story. The project that they are taking our own money. John, let me tell you today that the 200,000 are coming from water is not being brought to this country for people to use it because it's for government. No. That Nimba country own a portion of money that is supposed to use in the country that if we add into the money coming from Mita to make it 1.7, then we'll be having it. So if you come and see almost close to 9 million in the budget, I mean in the cover, you just use it 1 year time, if finish, we just sit down because we depleting it, will not carry anything in the
Are you saying you guys left close to 9 million in cover?
So when King generated the money from America and brought it?
No, I'm asking. I was in your administration.
How much you left there?
Mark, you don't have to answer it that way. Nobody comes
No, but
to
the money that left in the quarter is the money that she's using. You not supposed to ask.
There?
Why you were there that day when the superintendent was making a report, you were making noise. It wasn't so. When the man was making a report, you were making noise. All of you were shouting all around there. The first thing is those who you consider are non-men council, they're not even telling us as a public, they're not even telling us as people of the Nimba country, what are they doing? They're not doing anything like that.
That you put in there.
Then
you getting the thing wrong.
To those people, you can't
what the superintendent accountable.
No. I'm not talking about the superintendent. I'm not talking about the superintendent. I said the money that the people are using today, the superintendent did not bring it from America. That money that in the market they cover that the one they're using. I'm not saying that the superintendent using the money.
Thank you, Honorable Mark. Princess,
anywhere, Mark, you know that.
But then don't add no money left in the cover now. When you know that the people will not use their personal money, don't add no money left in the cover. Money left in the cover.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Printers, let's hear your parting comment.
Thank you, Junior. For me, the basis of the entire conversation tonight is on this thing. So the last time when Eddie Jawle appeared, Honorable Gleon had a copy of this, and I really wanted that why I kept challenging him, and I would try to scan it and share copy in the chat room, because all the things we're talking is just out of assumption it should happen this way, it's supposed to happen this way, but what should actually happen is what we have written black and white. So that why from the very beginning of the conversation I told you let's tie it to what we have, because that it governing that it guiding the entire working activities of the county administration. You go, you talk. I come back to the thing. Then you say that unity party discussion. Not unity party constitution. Yeah, the local government are not unity party constitution. It works for the entire country. Honorable Gleon, he was in administration. They set up the current council. They started it. He said, "Oh, the people are coming to get up there, but go after them like your own people you put there, not the superintendent." And he understands how the law works, but he wants to smartly play on the intelligence of our people. The law is here. We can't run away from it. At least to now we're able to provide some of the information. I really hope we can dig deeper into it, because when some of the conversation from our policy makers, it puts the county administration on ground against the people. Like, all the people you want to work with. I remember when this thing started, it was interesting to know one Nimba lawmaker made a public statement that the non-council, they were not consulted. it was just by coincidence that Nima get now electoral district. So in that lawmaker thinking, because it's a non-mayor council and Nima get non-lawmaker, so it means each district should recommend one person. So I met with one of the president's staff. I said, no, you're supposed to get a lawmaker. They think it only happened by coincidence that we get non-district, but even counties with 2-3 districts, they get non-mayor council. So we have a law. Sometimes let's talk about it. And I think they want it's so simple that you don't really need lawyers to interpret everything to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prentice. Thank you so much. Let's take Mana Lorena to give us a party comment, and we'll go to Shadrach, Afanso, and Grace.
So, like I've always said on this show and elsewhere, I am not a partisan of Unity Party, nor am I a partisan of MDR. And I don't think there's any plan to join either of the parties, at least not now. So
CMC?
I will ask,
is there a plan for CMC?
CNC people say they want me.
The funny thing you see Desresel before my Lorena goes through. The funny thing you see Desresel, either put the new division, either put Roger and Semi and I here together. Then we just put 1 hour candidate between them. Because Semi and I get 9 times, Roger don't get 9 times. Maybe Lorena will be our candidate, but we don't want her for now.
So in the whole year, others, you know why the whole year. So no problem. Okay, so I'm now part of and the parties, UP and MDR, and people who I talk to won't want to see I would tell them. I don't think UP is anywhere near my addiction to even join for reasons best known to me. So I'm speaking.
Why? You working at government scale, Johnny?
I'm speaking as Lorena, and I'm speaking just based on what I know, not because I am a partisan of the government. If you see on my Facebook page, I talk to people who, when something wrong is done, I say it. So the issue of the audit, even when the superintendent herself, before she could take office officially, she commissioned an audit, and it was done. What we as citizens need is to make sure that the reports come out, and it is not the responsibility of the superintendent or any county official to put that report out, but rather it is GAC. So maybe we can start doing the I don't know, advocates or whatever for the report to come on, because it's been like a year, because it was immediately after she took office. So the report has not come out. So what I'm trying to say is that if the superintendent herself can commission an audit before she started, she can know where she's starting from. It is not also bad to say they should audit, the period she has served. I don't think she will have problem with that. And for disclaimer, the superintendent is my cousin. So let me just send that out. But when she does wrong, also I will say it. And
me and my mother, your cousin, me and my mother.
And I don't think the superintendent will have problem with anybody to say, oh, they should audit, because audit doesn't necessarily mean that the person has done something. It's just the matter of clearing the air and stuff that, like she was did when she took over. That's one. And the project at Baila, for anyone to say the project at Baila has no significance to NIMA or our economy, then I'm kind of like lost, because that project has a NIMA gift store. A NIMA gift store is where products that are made from NIMA will be sold, like those things, those art and craft where are done from rehab, they will be sold there. And like the NIMA jersey, like the NIMA Quadro t-shirt, they will be sold there. And there will be a Nimbayan employee or 2 Nimbayans employed in that gift shop. Then number 2, you have a restaurant. Some people leave from Morovia, they like one and Saturday I left from Morovia like 6 o'clock to go be student for my uncle's funeral. So by the time you go, you reach there, you will want to eat. You can stop there, you eat, and the food there will be sold by Nimbayan, and the money is coming to the county. And besides that, there's a lodge up there. You're not going to sleep there free. The environment is good that anybody can live on.
Nobody will sleep there.
What?
No get there, no go see there. Oh.
But you can import your girl, Mark. I think you know me. You can import your girl from anywhere, or you can go ahead and get on meet you there. Say it'll be safe for you. You can get there. What say? You say Maria going more. What by coming to pay that day? Yeah, can I get to follow you? I mean, the two of them will save you all the Nima meant for plenty of things, but you can honestly cool. What I have for you.
Thank you, Madam Lorena. Shadrach left already. So, Alfonso, let's hear you, and Grace will take us home.
How you gonna wear green to never know it is a United Party platform?
I really know what really I did to Mark. I'm not a United Party. Yeah, I'm just kind of, for everybody.
Alfonso is only an opposition to one person in Liberia, Samuel Koga.
No, not Samuel Koga. I'm not opposition.
So you're not going Liberia now?
I'm not opposition to Samuel Koga. But if Samuel Koga do some good thing, we'll talk. When do bad one, we'll talk. So I'm not opposition. I'm like somebody who always say this person, the person did wrong, and I've been person call me up, but I went against her for that, for the usage of our money. So it doesn't mean I don't support her. I support her. But if she does wrong, we'll talk it. If Samuel Koga do wrong, we'll still talk it. Even if Jeremiah won't do wrong, we'll talk it. Then what about Mark Blue won't do wrong? I don't talk it. That one part in trouble. Yeah. But anyway, it been a good show, Senior brother Mark, I don't know, somebody was asking me, we should ask you the question, how much you're left in our cover. So we don't know how much you're left in our cover. You say your mail report, bucket, didn't make any good report. That you will listen to.
No, John, before you go, they made me report. I was in the hall that day. I went for the inauguration of Manacome. I better go no. It's really not a big report. When people working in administration, why it is true most of the places it can be, or some of those functions can be for you, right? But when it comes to collaboration, it should be able to explain. We have 44 both vertical and horizontal projects. All of them will go for candidate setting. They can get the copy of those projects that will be proposed. They will give all to everybody, down to the commissioners, the parliament chief that can kind of city mayor. The superintendent could not even defend his own project or he wash. That's why the people say booing. But they got 44 both vertical and horizontal projects that he needed to defend. He could not do it. But he's supposed to liaise with us. Some of the good things that we ourselves we did to in the country that you and I are aware of, we should even put it there to boost a morale, but he could not do it. So we all just sat there and look at him coming with a report. He made a report. And even the 6 million that they were talking about, that they said he got missing. Say Musa.
Are you saying you people are working and I'm telling the superintendent because how can you say
no, but we can make a report. We can make a report. Everybody can make a report to the superintendent, and the superintendent will send it to the internal affairs ministry. I look here. But if you want to compare report, so now you call your fellow colleagues, they sit around you, and while you are doing your administration, the progress, the loss, and some of the challenges, you can work on it. I looking.
That's the reason I'm asking, man. Just simple question. The father want to know how much dollar you're left in the cover. Just to ask, say only $2 there, $3 there. My way explain all the long thing. You see. So again,
the people left office with 6 million missing 6 million.
So now in the cover, 7 million left in the cover that the money Kowe is using today.
Let me conclude now. So.
And 6 million check got missing from finance ministry to central bank.
6 million check will get missing. Say Musa will be sitting out to a whole peacefully. You will not run behind.
Like I said, it been a good show. Principally, we been a good show. And Mark, please, I did not actually go in your inbox to deal with you, but I just wanted to provide information. Even though you say I don't know the information I'm providing, yes, but I provided the information that I get control over. So we will not have money in our cover. Then our caucus at the time will say there was no money in our cover, and nobody from the government debunked that statement. Everybody agreed to it.
No caucus member ever said money was not in the cover. John, you saying so many things to know that you not know about. I think when money not left in the cover, I call been working since she just gone 1 year, 2 months in government. How she been doing it well when no money left in the cover now?
with me feeling now. If the chair, the caucus said the government are not giving our money, meaning there is no money in the cover, because if they not giving the money, then where you get the money to be in the cover? Probably maybe after the election, the government went to Ministry of Finance to put the money there. So it was
But
not
the first thing is,
so
Nima Kante money,
Nima
Kante money ha secretary.
was a good show. And we will send you tomorrow. We will come here again to discuss issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Shadrach, let's
John,
hear you.
John, no, not for me with me, but the cover of Nima, the money, you got two persons from the lawmaker house, the superintendent and the PNC chair. That the football I can sign for the money. So nobody want to go there to take money unless now where anybody can help go and take money. That it used to be.
Thank you, Mark.
Shadrach, you were explaining around with nothing there.
Did you have your conclusion, Shadrach?
Yeah, though, two acquisitions in.
Yeah, let's hear you. 30 seconds.
All right, John, thank you.
But you still yes, eh?
We will keep the other quality, make a disclaimer. Some of us that I'm not part of any political party, neither other quality government to know spokesperson. I'm a citizen.
When you're making a disclaimer, also say that I'm not supporting a political party, but I support politicians. Say that down.
So be a leader based on the ideology. Quite when they bring a politician.
No, I say you support politicians. Even me, I do the same. I support people with good development.
So I don't want anytime the host, as well as DK when you guys be bringing us, I don't know, party or main DRL or SYZ. I'm not part of none of them. I mean, I call it in a political party. Thank you. So quickly, let me say thanks to everybody. For me, I would be appeal. My please give me change. I beg you. You know, not any argument.
Then I'm not talking to that, Franco.
Franco, please give me change. I beg you. I would do as an appeal to the superintendent of our county that let us prioritize things that is important to the survivability of our citizens. I'm not here to condemn anybody. I'm not here to say somebody doing wrong, somebody not doing wrong. But my appeal is there are priorities in the county that it will no positively affect the children that come up, generation to come. Like building teacher quarter, looking at no remote health facility, building quarter for staff to stay, to be comfortable and serve our people. Then prioritizing a pleasure center. Let me put it in that way. A pleasure center. It will have things in place when people are happy. When we build those things, it will be a good thing for everybody to rejoice. But we can't have 85% of the citizens suffering for common things like how they call it setting capacity in classroom. Why is the national government private equally so? I think that one is brought down to the survivability of our children and generation to come. Let us prioritize things that is very important in cutting that to the system. Then a pleasure center. These things are is for the complex booming, everybody is happy, then we build a thing. Personal good neighbor is good. If he goes there, he will rent the hotel. If no hotel, they will build a place. Money is there for national government to do that. So, you know, I appeal to the county administration, the caucus, the county administration to come together to prioritize needed activities, then a pleasure center. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Chris, take us home. Your 30 seconds.
Oh, thank you, John. I listened to, my Sergio spoke, lengthily on what I just told down here. And, my sister, Lorena, she said, I can't do the party. What is the party government? What are you scared of? If you want to contest tomorrow in Nima, you don't go to the party government, we're going to the government. So you think the government making something that you don't put the winner that taking Nima? No, I'm
I'm
coming now.
not.
So Lorena, coming now. Let me
No,
finish now,
no,
Mama.
you come at me. Okay, so I will clarify
Yeah,
what you
because
say.
you work in the government, you don't want to go on a ticket, and then what's happening? You think that they're not proceeding where in Nima or in Liberia? There's another question again that people answer. So my brother Thomas spoke, and when you ask him the question, you don't answer that question. Have the superintendent make a report since she took over? That those money she's spending, has she made a report to the county that those people, the various district have capital to know that Sierra Leone fund has been spent? Has she made that report every year? Can we have capital? So again, there are issues that Secretary talk on, right? There are people's, survivability, their livelihood. There are things that we think that the superintendent needs to address. They're just going to build up. Somebody said that you build houses, in Monrovia. But the people in Better Get are dying for malaria. No good health center to move in. But you're buying a place to go Monrovia to build in the hospital for players. Is that necessary? Does that make sense? So there are things our leaders in Limba they need to look at. They need to take visitation. They need to go Benege, go to or BMW and see the livelihood. Senator Grew was the first person to take government school in BMW. So just imagine over 50, 60 years ago, how the people left it. And we want to address the needs of the people, or we just do things from bonus example, to just catch up that, oh, I'm doing well, to just show to the public that I'm doing this. I don't think it's necessary. I think that the resources of Nima, our little money, should be directed to the livelihood of our people, so we can be able to take them from the condition they're in today to another standard. So again, a good conversation, and we'll deeper into this thing in a few days to come, so we can be able to expose some of the ills in the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful show. I don't know whether says Lorena want to make some clarity before we leave, but let's give her 30 seconds.
Yes, so Chris, I have paid my dues in Nima, particularly District 7, Nima County. And so while it is true that politicians need political parties to run on their ticket, if I want to run and I decide to run as an independent candidate, I can make a hair mark because I have paid my dues in Nima. And across Nima County, I have done a lot of impact. In Nima University, I got students that are paying their fees that are even more than certain lawmakers. And then in Monrovia, I got students that I'm paying their fees that are even more than lawmaker. So I am just Lorena, completely Lorena, with or without a unity party. So when I say I don't have an intent to join a political party, I think I said on the show before that in 2020, I joined the ANC. I was the coordinator for Iowa. And then when I moved to North Dakota, where you and I live, because they were already a coordinator, they said, oh, but you can't be a coordinator and come and be just regular member. So they made me the acting deputy coordinator and was working with ANC, paying dues and doing everything. But ANC tend to be like an elite party. So for me, anything I want to do it and grow into it and expert it and master it. So ANC was not a space that somebody can be in and learn and grow, because you put forth idea, it is not implemented, so you can know that idea was right, but some elite come and undo it. So I suspended my membership in ANC late 2022. I said that. So since then, until I can finally say I'm no longer a member of the ANC, I cannot join a party. I mean, that's just ethics.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you, guys. It has been a wonderful show tonight. It has been a great one.
Gian, 1 second, right? So are you a sister of Larry Youngquay? Are you a sister of Larry Youngquay? You want for the parties? For
Larry, I joined Liberty Party, ANC, CMC, UP. I told you, only ANC I have ever joined in my whole life. Prior to going to the US, I have voted for Madam Salif. And I voted for not because Unity Party because of gender sentiment.
Thank you. So, guys, it has been a wonderful show tonight. It has been a really, really good show. I hope to see all of you guys tomorrow, same time, same platform. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.